Hey guys, welcome to the stream. This is Rod Arriagada coming to you live from the Hangar and Billiards and Sports Lounge. We're here at 121 Scurfield Blvd, and we're here for the medium Fargorate Open 10-ball tournament. We are in the east side first round, but there's only 8 players today, so it's a quarterfinal round. And there's a showdown between KIRTON and Terrence Young, and Terrence is up 2 games right now. He's racing to 4, KIRTON racing to 5. I missed the shot to the corner and get a lucky bounce. Missed the shot on the 2-ball. Good lead though. Gonna leave Terry with a bank attempt or a safety shot, depending on how he's looking at the table. We'll bank into the 2-ball and leave the 2-ball over the side pocket. On the 10-ball. And he's left the 3-ball towards the corner pocket for Terrence Young. Using a different view here for today. Running behind on getting set up for the stream, so I had to cut some corners. And I guess this is the best corner that I can cut, with just setting up quickly to the corner the way it is. Coming a little bit closer here. Pops up on the shot. A little bit of nerves maybe, but he popped up on the shot heavily. And he's feeling a little bit frustrated right now at the table too, because he's had some bad rolls on the last couple of racks. His opponent up 2-0, racing to 4, and he's playing fairly good compared to the way he's struggling right now. And it's adding extra stress mentally at the table. Terrence Young in control with a 2-game lead, knows that if he just wins this one, he's on the hill. So he's just trying to get going. Just the 8, 9, and 10 remaining to get on the hill. Makes the 8. He's got a shot on the 9, but the 9 is somewhat close to the side pocket. Not necessarily challenging, but, you know, kind of adds a little bit of extra there when you're visualizing the shot. And it's going to affect the shot for him. Kind of the way I expected it to go. Good players know, high-level players know that you're supposed to take your time there and you're supposed to reset because it's kind of awkward. It's a tough shot. And so you can't hit it with too much pace. And if you are trying to hit it with lots of pace, then you have to make that adjustment for it, meaning the way you contact that ball that's sitting against the rail. In this case, it was the 9. Looking to make the corner shot on the 9. He'll leave it over the pocket and turn the table over to Terry. Hasn't had a chance to get going yet. Had some frustrating moments at the table. Looking for a better result now with just the 9 and 10 remaining. Cue ball's got to travel quite a bit though. And the 9 is somewhat close to the horn, which can change the speed of the shot. So you got to be careful how much pace you put on this. Makes a great shot on it though, and you'll get perfect for the 10. Makes the 10 in the corner, 2-1. And now we got a bit of a battle, I guess. You're thinking in your mind differently anyway if you're Terry Curtin. First, you're frustrated because your opponent's racing shorter than you and he's doing well. And now you're on the board, you're only down by 1. So the mentality instantly changes and it goes from, okay, well, I'm in a tough situation to like, hey, I got a chance here. I can take over. So then you start playing differently on the table. We'll see how it impacts him on the next rack. They'll have to wait for Terrence Young to break first, though, because he's breaking next in rack number 4. Nine ball's going to go on the side. The 1 ball's going to get tied up by the 4 and 6, so I'll have to push or jump. And I have music going on in the background, so I can't do much about it being so quiet on the stream. Looks like poker's done already. Taking down tables. They just started a couple hours ago. Slow turnout for both poker and pool today. And I think a lot of that has to do with the weather. It's 24 degrees Celsius now here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Yesterday was just a very, very, very hot and humid day. Today it was just hot, but it was more, I don't know, it was more comforting, I guess. So good weather for barbecuing or just hanging out with the family. I know myself, I didn't want to come out to work today because I just wanted to hang out with my family and take them somewhere and enjoy the weather. We went out last night, took my kids out, or not last night, but yesterday, took my kids out to go berry picking, and we ended up going to get some raspberries. And on the way there, everything was cool weather-wise. But on the way back, we had like a tornado warning watch or tornado watch warning. And so, the kids were all like tensed out. The wife was all tensed out. And it looked like it was like no big deal at first, right? Because, whatever they finished doing, what they're doing at the raspberry place. But as we move forward and we keep going and driving, next thing you know, we decided to go get some food. And it was only about 5 minutes away. We got the food, and then we left. And on the way back, the clouds were like totally black, man. It was crazy. It just looked like the end of the world was coming, and we were about to drive right into it. But today it's beautiful out, 24 degrees right now. It's not too humid. So I'm not surprised there aren't that many players that came out to play today. I almost ended up playing myself. My back is still hurting me, but I almost ended up playing today because they had 7 players lined up. And I said, well, instead of having a buy, I'll just fill in. My biggest problem for playing right now is that I can't break because my back hurts, but I can still get down to shoot. It just breaks and jumps are the 2 things that I can't do. But I almost got on the table today just to fill in. And you know me, man. I'm going to try my best, even if I'm in pain. Bit of a tough shot here on the 7 ball, but it is makeable. You'll make the shot on the 7, get a nice bounce, set up for the 8. Just the 10 ball remaining after that. This time I'll have a chance to be able to get on the hill. Much easier this time around, for sure. A little more focused at the table. 3-1, he's on the hill. Terrence shoots pretty fast. He doesn't think too much, man. He just gets down and shoots. Terry, on the other hand, he likes to think a little bit, and he'll take his time on different shots where Terrence will just kind of go fast-paced. And now that's intimidating for anybody. But when you're spotting a player a game and he's playing like that, it makes it even harder for you mentally at the table. He didn't get a chance to do much on that table, so we'll see if he can do something here on rack number 5. He'll be breaking next. What's up, Broly? How you doing, man? You got any challenge matches this weekend? I might be available Saturday. You got some action, man. Monty, welcome to the stream. Jason Musso, how you doing? Renan Salcedo, how you doing, man? Stephen Thompson, Vince Valdez, and Del Okel, welcome to the stream. Hope everybody's enjoying their week so far. That was gross yesterday, man. The weather, it was just nuts. Today is not too bad. Dry break, and he'll turn the table over to Terrence. He'll have a chance to close out the match now. Makes the one. He's got a good position for the two. Three ball is set up, so all he's got to do is just go up table here. Once he gets to the four, he might get them to do a 5-10 combo, but I don't think it's available. So I think the four is going to be important. Breaking out the five is going to be important as well, unless they play the cue ball across to get set up for the 5-9 or find something different with the five ball. Looks like he's set up for the four ball to the corner with a draw angle on the five. He'll miss the shot on the four and not leave much here for Terry Curtin. Maybe a bank or a save. Let's see what he decides to do. That's not the way he meant to make it. So you can give him the table back. Well, he hit the five. I'm not sure if he was aware of the rule that he can give him back the table, but he could have given him back the table there. Only because Terry Curtin ended up making the four ball in the wrong pocket. So that allows him to get the table back. We'll leave the six over the pocket. Seven ball's pretty close too, so Terrence should be able to close out the match now. I was trying to get the stream set up in time so I can get Terry's match on here. And the reason why is because he's a player that's looking for some advice on his game. He feels like there's some things that he does wrong in certain moments in the game, and he just wanted to kind of get a review of some sort to figure out what it is that he needs to work on to be able to straighten out his game a little bit. What a shot. Really nice shot. Shot to the corner is available on the eight ball. He's going to lean into the rail, though, so he'll come up short and leave it over the pocket. Terry Curtin with three balls remaining, two over the pocket and a 10 ball in the middle of the table at top. Everything set up here for him. Has to make sure not to get into any trouble. A little bit extra pace on this, and he's going to scratch. Oh, man. That's just bad luck. He's going to give Terrence Young that game there, 4-1 final score. And unfortunately for him, the rolls just didn't go his way. So we got to update the scoreboard now on challenge. Then we'll have Ray Perot versus Terrence Young. And they're pretty close. I'm going to say it's a race to six between these guys. I'll be right back. Barry Brebner and Jeff Edwards can play now, too. Jeff, if you're watching the stream, I'm going to message you right now. You can play against Barry. And I got to figure out the race. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna call Ray over here to get that match going first, and then I'm gonna take care of the second match. I'll be right back. Um, Gotta figure out what the race is for these guys. Terry's 471. 57. Lowest handicap, so like nobody likes playing the like 8-3 or 9-3 or 48 and 561. Sorry guys, I'm just calling some matches out, getting everything going here, and I gotta update the scoreboard. All right, so that match got cut up now. This match is playing as well. We're all good on there. Now I gotta just set up the. We'll put Terrence Young on the left this time. So you guys know it's a new game. And it's a race to 6 even for these guys. This is now semifinal too. No, wait, this is semifinal. There's our Fargorates. It is the first rack between them on a race to 6. So Ray Pro will get a chance at the table now. I think he can hit some of it. I don't think he can hit all of it though. He's looking at how to make this. If you're aggressive, you can go for a gem combo on the 10, which is a little bit too much, I think. I think here you just try to find a safety shot, but it's very difficult to find one here with just a little bit of the fireball to work with. And if anything, you're trying to just grace it and then come off the rail and come back below the 6, trying to use the 6 ball as a blocker. He had sort of a similar idea, but instead of using the 6 as a blocker, he went above it instead. Leave the shot in the corner here for Terrence Young. Pretty good spread at the table here if he can make the 5. And call out this other match, so I'll be right back. Was calling a 2. Turns the table over to Terrence Young. I don't think you can see any on the 2. Let's see, you can go off the rail and hit into it, but well, that's the 1 ball that's underneath. So he had the 1 ball, not the 2 ball. He was okay. Normally, I was thinking 2 balls because that's what Ray Perot called. So I thought the 2 ball was the only ball available on the table for the lowest number anyway. Almost scratched, but came up short of it. And the side angle or this diagonal angle is not going to tell us much on this 4 ball, whether or not he has it. He did have it. He'll miss it and he'll scratch. Ball in hand for Ray Perot. A chance to tie up the match. Still a little bit of work, but it's really nothing big here. Just make the 4, make the 5. Position on the 6 is really all the work. Six goes past the 8 ball to the top right corner, so that's all he's really got to set up for here. I feel like he's got no choice but to play a safety now, but I think he just called something on the 6. He overcut it. Personally, I felt like that was a pretty tough shot to take on, but he overcut it. So that means that it was possible to make. Makes the 10 2-0. Breaking next in rack number 3, so he's going to have a chance to get up 3 games here. Not that you see many breaking runs in 10 ball anyway, but every now and then you'll find them. Great cue ball control on that break. 1 ball wide open to the pocket, straight ahead. 2 balls off the table, so the 3 balls after that. The 4 ball sitting at the top by the 10. The angle that he's got on the 1 doesn't help him to get set up for the 3 ball to the same corner, so he's got to come up with something here for the 3 ball. Trying to create position for the 3. He'll miss the 1 ball because of it. Ray Perot with a chance. A back cut angle. I don't think the four ball protects him from the scratch angle, but it might. Gonna leave the one available to the corner. Hit the 9 ball first on that one, so it's a ball in hand. Looking for a 3 foul. He's gonna hook him a little bit here on the 3 or on the 1. Really easy to get the kick on this one though. And he does. Very nice. Very nice on the bank. Could have got a better bounce off the 7. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong buttons. What's the score?
It would be Hill Hill. 5-3, I guess.
Loser at TV table.
These are Ray and
Terrence.
Bottom situation.
That 2-game spot. Yeah, that's a tough one for everyone, man. And honestly, usually it's 8-3, so 9-3 was even harder.
And then a 110, like you could have closed your eyes, use the butt end of your cue, fucking.
That's horrible, man.
I play a good safety in the 8. We last hit it, safety tee back. I make the jump and 3 balls off the table, so step the 10.
Crazy. Oh, see ya, man. Trying to play the safety around the 9 ball, but he'll bump to the 9 ball instead and give Terrence a look at this 2 ball. He'll overcut it though and scratch. Plus, he made it. Not in the right pocket though, so it wouldn't have mattered. Easy 3. The 4 is going to be fairly easy as well. Just needs to come up table slightly here for the 5 ball, and he'll have to make a decision which way he wants to make the 6. It goes to both corners. And how he decides to play the 6, I guess, matters for how you play the shape on the 5. Here it looks like he's just going to try to settle for just going up table straight ahead. Have to be careful not to put too much pace in it and end up scratching, but should be okay from that. Just avoid the scratch by adjusting with some spins. Would have liked to bump into that 10 ball to have the shot on the 7, but he bumps into the back end of it, and he'll end up hooked by the 10 instead. And now instinctively, the only thing you can really do here is go for a kick shot. We're looking at splitting the distance between the cue ball and the 7 and adjusting to the right by about half a ball. Great attempt on the kick shot, but he'll come up short on both sides, or on the way in and on the way past. Terrence just kind of relaxed here today. And usually the way he plays, though, doesn't really, I don't know, there's a different style of play. There's just the way he plays, very fast, you know. Even though it's not super fast, but I mean, like the fundamentals are fast. He'll miss the 9 ball, and well, he's left I guess a safety or a bank here. We'll see what Ray decides to do. Going for the bank and you make it, you're good. But going for the bank and you miss it, you might sell out. So it just depends on the player here, the risk, whether or not they want to go for it. Most players will probably go for the bank. The ones that bank and the ones that play safe will play safe. And yep, he went for the bank, and we'll leave the shot on the 9. It's going to cost him another rack. Just the 9 and 10 remaining for Terrence Young. Race to 6 in this match, though, so he needs to win 3 more games after this. Cue ball is going to go up against the rail. It's not quite tied up against it, so he has a little bit of queuing room. Shouldn't really interfere with the shot. 3-0. And it should be Ray Perot's break now. They were just trying to sort out who breaks. Jericho, how you doing? Wants to know how many more of these medium Fargorate tournaments are left in the summer season, Rod? Basically, so most of it is, excuse me. Most of it is just for the summer while the players are not really playing the big pool league season. So that, like the pool league, active pool league has a summer season as well, and they usually have some good amount of teams that play in it, but not everybody plays in it. And most of like for pool players that play tournaments and that are more tournament oriented, they tend to go out there and stay up with their game, right? They work on their game throughout the summer. Even if it's not every day like they do in the winter, they'll go out there at least once a week or twice a week just to work on their game a little bit, right? But a league player is a little different. A league player tends to, they'll play for the season, and then when the season is over, the playoffs are done. Well, so is their game until the next season begins. So usually when they come back, it's just like a rough coming back to play again and trying to remember how to make the ball get to the pocket first and then try to make it in the pocket after. It's kind of a process. So because of that, I decided to, have this Thursday tournament. And this allows the players that like to go out of town on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays to still come out and put in some time on the table once a week and upkeep their game for the next season. That way they all have better starts. But so basically, the active pool league starts, I think, I want to say it's like the first week of September. I might be wrong, but usually it's like the first week of September. So for the rest of August, that's basically how many weeks are left. I'm going to say about 4 or 5. I haven't looked at the calendar though, but. Derek Moore, how you doing? Says bar box 10 ball. I'm in. Who wants to play some? Yeah, like I don't know, man. 8 ball's a great game for the bar box for sure. Because it creates a lot of clusters, a lot of problems, a lot of puzzles. And we have a lot of fun trying to solve them. But when you play 10 ball on a bar box, it's actually almost the same feel for the player. You get that sense of I don't know, like it's fun. It's challenging at the same time. Maybe a little bit more challenging than 8 ball, but it gives you that 9 ball feel at the same time. But I tried doing 9 ball on the bar box, and I feel like 9 ball on the bar box is just too fast paced, and not quite the same. But 8 ball and 10 ball, they're good. They're good for sure. And if I'm gonna gamble against somebody on a bar box, I think I'd rather play on 10 ball than 8 ball. But if it was like a lower level player, then I'm spotting them a lot of racks, then I might want to play 8 ball. Because then at least with 8 ball, that player is having to run their tables or having to solve their own puzzles versus me turning the table over with only 2 or 3 balls left and then losing that rack because of it. So I think if you're gambling, the game matters. But other than that, these 2 games are fun. We also played snooker on a bar box. I'm laughing. Me and Andy Kempa, my co-commentator from back in the day, we got together and we did some snooker on a bar box. First, we did the 15 reds, and oh man, it was so many clusters. And then, by the way, I didn't do it with the 2 and a 16 ball. I did it with 2 1/4, so the same size as the ones that are on the table right now, but just a snooker set. Nice shot, but he's gonna scratch. Ball in hand for Terrence Young. He'll have a chance to get going here for another rack. Got a 3-game lead right now. 4-game lead will loosen him up a bit more. Yeah, but so we played 15 reds, we played 10 reds, and we played 6 red. The one that I enjoyed the most out of all the snooker games that I played on a bar box was the 10 red. And I think Andy enjoyed it too, because the 10 red almost gives you like a bit of a feel like 8 ball. You know, it almost feels right the same way, because you got to make a red, you got to make a color, and you know, basically you're making 2 shots at a time to get rid of 1 at a time, right? And there's 10 shots, so you're looking at 20 shots if you're going to run that table. Not bad. It's actually pretty fun. Sorry, 27 shots. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 26 shots. Oh, he's gonna scratch. So missing the shot is one thing, but a ball in hand on the 10 is another. He'll say that's good. Ray Pearl get on the board. 3-1. 6 red was pretty good too, but I felt like 6 red was more. It felt more like a 9-ball game on a bar box, you know. 10 reds. I don't know if you have a snooker set at 2 1/4 and you got a bar box, try it out. You'll see what I mean. It's a lot of fun, man. But you have to get like those little what do they call those stupid little sticky rings? They're like little tiny paper rings with a hole in it that you can buy from like Staples or whatever your name of your store is, your schoolwear store or whatever you call that stuff. Anyway, so you get that the stickers with the ring and this spot in the middle, and then you put the spots on the table so that way you can figure out the colors for the snooker. Basically, the blue should go in the middle, but the blue should actually be a little bit lower than the middle because you're adjusting to the size. So you'll have a lot of fun with it. It gets you playing different, you know, it's not the same. Jericho says, gotcha, much appreciated for all the information. What would I need to try my luck in your tournament? What would I need to try my luck in your tournament if we never played with Fargorate? So then we go by your not your Fargo rating, but your active pool league ranking. So whatever you are, what are you ranked, Jericho, and active? Derek Moore says it's my favorite. Yeah, it's a lot of fun for sure, man. Derek Moore says, until Fargo can eliminate ways to fake a Fargo rate, I am against Fargo rated tournaments. I get it. So, you know, like a lot of that has to do not just with the players or the Fargo rate organization themselves. It actually has a lot more to do with the tournament organizers, to be honest. And I know like tournament TDs are like, what? What do you mean, man? It's not my fault. I work hard. Yeah, you got to work a little harder if you're involved in Fargo rate, man. So you got to have to be the monitor, right? Like, first of all, if you're going to have a Fargo rate tournament and you're worried about people coming into your Fargo rate tournament with false names or false Fargo rates, then all you have to do to prevent that is just 2 things. You can set a minimum robustness required, so like minimum 200 robustness or 500 robustness for them to be able to enter the tournament. The other thing is that if it's money added or a big tournament, big entry tournament, you can ask for IDs as well. So then if they have an account under a fake name and they don't have one under the real name, and they go in there into your tournament with a 200 or 500 robustness minimum, they won't be able to play. And then they'll say, well, yeah, but this is my account. This is my account. They just got it wrong. Well, I'm sorry, man, but it's the wrong name. It doesn't match your ID. You can't play in the tournament. That's all it is to it. So usually what I do is I just try to figure out what the real name is, and I go by the real name. That's one way you can do it. Recently, I dealt with a situation where a player had multiple accounts. And so what I did is I called Fargorate. I dealt with them on the phone, or not on the phone, but through emails, and asked them about this player. I said, look, this player's got 2 different names. He's the same player. Can you like merge it or something? And they ended up merging his account. So that's where the organizers kind of come into play. We have to make sure that the players are playing under the right name, that the spelling for the Fargo or for the challenge brackets, that it's correct. And if it isn't, and we let that slide, and we know that that's happening, and we're still letting it slide, that's our fault. We're the ones that are letting the players down in that situation, in my opinion. Because technically, like everybody that plays Fargorate, they want it to be fair, right? That's the whole idea behind playing Fargo is that it's supposed to create fairness and like eliminate the sandbagging element of the game. But Derek Moore is right. There is a lot of loopholes, depending on the TD and how they run the tournament, where a player could come in under a different name, right? And so usually I'll ask the players what their name is, how it's spelled, and I'll make sure that I get that information in there properly. But not everybody does it. And let's be honest, I mean, it's not like you're making a killing from running tournaments, so you're not really worried about doing extra work. The only reason I do is because I really, really, truly love the game, man. So I'll do everything I can because to me, my work is it's a work of vision and passion, not just a work of getting together just to have tournaments for no reason. Sean Blumley, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Paper reinforcer says Jericho. Nothing. I don't play active, unfortunately. A hospital shift worker, so I'm unreliable. You know what? So then if you don't have a Fargorate and you don't have an active ranking, there's two things I can do for you. I can either enter you as a 425 or as a 525. 525 is a recommended starter rate. So usually when you come in and you play, let's say you're like a decent player, right? Not a novice level or an intermediate, but you're a little bit stronger than intermediate. Normally they would start you off with that 525 and then you adjust from there as you play more games. But if you were on the lower end of things, let's say you were a player that, struggles a bit with the game, can't really run out, 2-3 balls at a time is probably the best you can do. Then, we'd probably go down with a 425 Fargorate, which is basically like a cash plus level and active, level 4 APA, something like that. Stephen Law, how you doing, man? Lots of draw on that one. And I missed a score somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Terrence Young is on 4. I get caught up about things, man. Drop the ball. Speaking of dropping the ball, Ray Pro is looking to try to drop this 3 ball. 4 ball sitting right next to it, so he's got to bump into it somehow. If the line doesn't permit for him to do it, that means he's going to try to do it forcefully. And the more he tries to force the shot, the more he's going to miss it by, unless he makes the right adjustments. So I had to play smart instead. He felt like, it just wasn't going to be good. And, well, he's done pretty good. I think he's left maybe just an edge of the 3, but Terrence going for the kick shot. And he'll hit it. He'll go off the 2 horns and stay on the table instead of scratching. He leaves a pretty good leave here on the 3 ball also. Reverse bank or safety is the only options here. And, well, I don't know. I think most people go for the bank here. I don't know about him or what I would do. I think I'd probably play safe myself. But I'm kind of a, I don't know, a precautious player, I guess you'll say. I weigh the percentages and I go by the percentages. Max McCarthy, how you doing? Says YouTube. Sorry guys, I know I'm gonna come over there. And I've been doing a lot of extra things right now too, and I just start. Oh my god, there's lots of stuff going on. Jesus. Okay, I'm so bad. All right. So I gotta. First of all, I gotta take this out. I usually bring in the combo for YouTube too. I'm sorry, man. Maddie boy's there helping out too. Thanks, Maddie. Let's see. So we got some conversations going on over here. And I like conversations, so let's get into it. And why is it not letting me see everything here? All right, so now it's letting me see everything. Come on, Ron, your YouTube fan base wants some interaction. I apologize, man. He makes that table look like a toy, big dude. Max B, did you watch any of the final? Yeah, man, been watching it. Crazy the talent there. Oh, in the Philippines, yeah, man, crazy. Like all these guys are playing. You're thinking, oh, Federer's going to win. This guy's going to win. And even like the Filipino players that travel and play, you're thinking they're going to win. But there's a bunch of people that nobody even knew who they were. They were eliminating these guys and sending them home fast. Crazy that Philippine event. Philippines born with 700 Fargo. Well, and that's another thing too. Is like a lot of people say that like the Philippines, they're like they may not go out there and play pro, but they're very hungry for it, and so that makes the competition that much more intense in the Philippines, and it's raising the way that people compete out there. 4-2, he's down by 2. Yeah, but I thought Federer was gonna win that thing, especially because he made it into the final 8. So I'm thinking he's gonna win it. 5-1. Yeah, give me a second. I gotta come back here for the conversation because I gotta update a score. 5-1. Trevor. And he's waiting for the loser of the TV table. No, he's waiting for the loser of the loser of the no, Barry and Jeff, and they're playing already. All right, let's go back here. I need to find this again. 700, born with 7. Max TV says, yeah, man, Ko Pen Chung, the only big name left in it. But yeah, all the unknown Filipinos are still dangerous. That's the problem, is because they're unknown, right? So and don't be surprised by it at all. I mean, if you look at the GOAT, if you look at Efren Reyes, for example, he came into the States with a name under Cesar Morales because by the time he came out to the States, everybody in the entire world knew who Efren Reyes was. Nobody knew what he looked like except for the Filipinos, right? So when he came out here, he came out with the name Cesar Morales, right? Like, and that's how it is out there. I mean, we didn't know that, but now because of this event, we know that that's how strong the field is, and that's how strong the players are in the Philippines. Very dangerous to kind of imagine how these guys can just come in and manhandle some of these pro level players that play all the time at the highest level of competition. But it's a different crowd on the Philippines, they surround the crowd, they surround the tables, right? And everybody's like gambling every rack and lots of noise, lots of distractions. So like then they go into an event where there's like none of those people around. All these guys can focus 10 times more because they're not having all those people behind them going crazy trying to bet every rack. I don't know if you guys ever seen the videos in the Philippines, but they're pretty intense the way the Filipino people get around the table when they're betting and they're enjoying the matches. It's kind of like what it used to be like here back in the day before the gambling machines came out, before the VLTs came out. Talking about the stream, Matty Boy says he wasn't a big fan of the way they streamed it. A lot of breaks in between. Heavy gambling between matches as well. Yeah, so for sure there was like almost everybody that wants to train for like a world championship or the U.S. Open or the Mosconi Cup. They all kind of travel to the Philippines to get warmed up. That's where the action is at, man. You want to find action, go to the Philippines. You'll find action. Typhoon season in the Philippines, says Max TV. Laura, New York fan, says, oops, should have been at Maddie. Okay, so I think I'm catching up now. It never came out? That's happened before, so that's usually because you got me going now, YouTube. See, you guys get me all passionate, man. That's the problem. I know I don't try to neglect you guys. I promise you, it's not like that. I just get carried away with responsibilities, like calling matches, updating scores, that kind of stuff, you know. Less than a munch. I do that sometimes too. Somebody said the semi start on the 28th. That's tomorrow. APA 5, that's what's that in for? Okay. API 5 and a Fargo would be basically like a 500. 500 to a 530 would probably be like an APA 5. Though they probably have some lower 500 or higher 400s as fives in APA. Laura says, "Yep, I watched it there also." Talking about Twitch, there was no chance of the last rack being missed at the 12-hour mark. Yeah, that's one of the things about streamers. They always have to pay attention to the time, how much time they're streaming. So you guys are all just talking about the tournament in the Philippines. Yeah, it was a great tournament though, for sure. Max TV says Anton Raga, one of the best money game players in the Philippines, but doesn't travel because of visa issues. That's right. So that's the only reason. But he's like a lot of people kind of expected him to be kind of like the Efren Reyes, the next Efren Reyes, right? There was a lot of talk about Anton Raga when he first came out, and people were aware of who he was. I think he's a great player, and I think if he got a chance to travel and play, he'd probably be even better. But yeah, he's a money player because he's stuck at home. He's got to play all these guys that are beating all the other pros, so he's not in a bad spot. It's not like he's like sitting in Canada, for example, where you're very limited to what you can do for playing. Out where he is, there's lots of action. He's always going to find lots of action. So his game will always draw in the right direction. And the action that he finds out there it's not like he's playing subpar players. He's playing against guys that are beating pros. So he's actually getting really good training while he's out there kind of stuck in the Philippines for now. Okay, so I'm going to try to bring the chat into the stream now as I caught up with you guys. All right, so now you guys are on the screen. There's no comments right now, but any comments you guys make, at least I'll be aware that you guys are interacting with me. That's my fault today. Off to a rough start, which usually when I get a rough start, I have some great results on the table, right? Usually there's some great matches. We see a lot of great highlights or, stuff like that. We'll see how that plays out today. But usually when things go rough at the beginning for me, I'm usually pretty excited because I know it's going to be a good day, but not every day is always the same. So we'll see what happens today. So far, we've had a couple of nice highlights. And, we definitely have a battle in this match right now, 4-2. Anybody's game in a race to 6. Mr. Mike Delgado, how you doing? Merlin Wamdiska, welcome to the stream. Sheila Phillips Haynes, welcome. Brian Hansen, how you doing? There was 8 players tonight. You know what? I think a lot of it had to do with the weather, to be honest. Because here, like in Manitoba, where we live in our province, where we live here is our city, so it's Winnipeg. But it basically just Manitoba, period. It's very nasty weather throughout the winter, and then just before and right after, it's still not very nice out. So when it comes to summer, we only get, basically like 3 months of summer if we're lucky. Sometimes we only get 2.5, all depending on the weather. This year, our weather wasn't the greatest for the summer, so we had a lot of like cold days. Not necessarily rainy days, but there was some of them there. Most of it was just like cold days where like nobody really wanted to go camping or go to the beach or anything like that. But over the last few days, it's been nice out. So now we got people going out there and everybody's just trying to enjoy the weather, man. We went out last night. Like I said, we went to do some raspberry picking, talking to my family about maybe hitting the beach on Friday. It's that kind of weather right now. I think that's the reason why they had a small turnout for the pool tournament. And there's a few key players that usually come out every week that didn't come out this week also, so changes things. I almost ended up playing, so I would have been interesting to see how I was going to play with a sore back. I would have had to ask my opponent to break for me. It's a good kick into that 7 ball, which is going to set him up for the 6 ball. He's going to have to follow it up, I believe, for the 7 ball, though. He's very loose when he shoots, you know. He just aims, gets down, and shoots. Not much thought process in between. I find that fascinating because I'm one of those heavy thinkers when I play. Laura says almost 11 p.m. here, so my guess would be maybe 2 p.m. your time. Yeah, I'm not sure. All I know is that they said, oh man, I can't remember. All I know is they said it was on tomorrow, so that's for sure the semifinals tomorrow. He's on the hill, 5-2. It's almost like he's free stroking today. You know, he's got no pressure, no thoughts. He's just having fun at the table and dealing with everything that comes his way as it comes his way, and not being too worked up about any situation. Usually, when a player plays that, they get the best game out of themselves. They're not being interfered with when it comes to like emotions or negative thought processes, which obviously the people that think long or take extra time to work things out might kind of fall trap into. I myself usually don't. I'm pretty aware when I'm being negative in the mentality department, so I try to correct myself. Holm and Vargas. What's a tournament out of Medicine Hat, Matty boy? Is it an annual or just a first time tournament out there? I know you guys have other tournaments, so I know it's not your only tournament, but what I mean by first time, it's like they never had this tournament up until this time. Makes the combo. Well, I have to solve for the 2 to the top left corner, I think, but we'll see. He might try to play a different shape. He's going to play the shape for the top left corner. It just made it, it made more sense to go that way. You're keeping it simple. We'll clip that horn and we'll end up turning the table over. Bit of a stretch shot here for Ray Perot. Was a nice 2-reel kick. I didn't see it, man. Missed it. So I was getting caught up in conversations. I'm sorry. When I'm doing good, man, everything is off to a good start. Usually, like, I'm on point with everything, but today I've just been all over the place, so I apologize. Mike Cornelson, how you doing? Rocky Fuller, welcome to the stream. Need to hit that 2-ball. Ball in hand for Ray. $64-player tournament. Oh, okay, so that might be something that they've done before. That's a nice turnout. You know, back in like the 90s, mid 90s, when we used to have a lot of action here in Manitoba, like 64, 128, those were all like numbers that you seen whenever you had a big tournament like that. Nowadays, it just seems like it's harder to get that many players out. But the difference is, and I'm going to go back to, the era of pool and how it changed, is the difference is back in those days, well, not many people were really playing pool league as much. Most people were just playing pool. And as time went by, eventually it became more of a pool league oriented situation for pool here in Manitoba. And I don't know, like it seems like league players just don't, like, not all league players, but a lot of league players don't go and play in tournaments. A lot of them don't even know how to play in tournaments. They only play in the tournaments when they play at the end of the year, and that's it. But I remember they used to have like 64 player tournaments and it'd be filled out. And then they would have people waiting to get in. They would have 128 players, and that wouldn't be a problem. Tournaments that they had that were bigger than that, they would fill up too if it was, 256 or more. They organized tournaments anyway. It's not that pool players stop playing; they're still playing. They just kind of don't play tournaments as much. I wonder if that's how it is for you guys in the States also, those of you that are from the States. Because the States, they have so many different leagues, right? Like for us here in Manitoba, we basically have, let's see, CCS, CPA, VNEA, and there's one more. I think there's 4 leagues that we have here that are like for teams. But in the States, they have multiples. I mean, you got APA, you got Tap Pool, uh, or Tap League. There's BCA, VNEA. I don't know what else you guys have, but you guys have a lot of them. And then Rodney Morris was doing his own too, which I'm not sure what the name of that was. Makes the 10. He's down by 2. 5-3 or 3-5, whichever way you want to look at it. And I believe it was Terrence Young that broke first. So this should be his break, but it looks like they both agreed that it's Ray's break. Better update the score here. 9-1? That's a tough one, man. Not many people survive those ones. Yeah. What 9-1? Okay. So you're waiting the winner here. As soon as they're done, you guys can play here. All right, so I got to get another match going. These guys are going. Barry and Trevor can get going. Oh, they might be playing. No, they're not. So I'm gonna get those guys playing right now too. 348 versus a 570. All right, and Matt Aslan is waiting for the loser of this table. And we got a couple of messages here. That's from Matt Cole. Okay, he's on there right now. Yeah, you're very welcome, Jericho. All right, so all the matches are going. Jeff Edwards is in the A side final, waiting for the winner of this match. They'll play on here as soon as that match is done. And then we'll have B-side semi, B-side final, and the championship match after that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 matches remaining for tonight. Yeah, so I'm gonna be having a Scotch doubles tournament, I think, next weekend. I haven't made the poster for it, but I'm gonna have one next Saturday. And I'm gonna do it similar style, so Fargorate also. Basically, I'm gonna do random draw Scotch doubles. So whoever you get paired up with, you get paired up with, and then from there, you just you kind of gotta level out the field with the handicapping. Although there's two ways we can do it. So I can randomize it where we have like all the higher level players separated, and then we just pair them up, random draw from the lower level players. The way I was thinking was just full random draw. So if two top players end up together, and they have to play against somebody that has a team that's a lower level team, and they got to go like 12-3 or something like that. I think like it's still going to be interesting to watch how that works out. So that's the way I'm looking at it right now for my Scotch doubles. And I think that was the match, right? Makes the 10 ball. That was the match, right? That was the match. Yeah, you can. Yeah, and then when you come back, you'll play against Jeff on the TV table. 6-3 final score. You have a match right now too, Ray. You're playing against Matt Asselin, and it looks like it might be an even race, but I'll check it out here. 497, 791, 6-4. Matt goes to 6. You go to 4. Matt's right there on table 6, so you can just play him on table 6. He's in the blue shirt. 6-4. All right, and we got to get Jeff Edwards here for the TV table. We'll set up the scoreboard here. We'll put Jeff on the right. Oh, wait, but he's playing against Terrence Young, so we'll put Terrence on the right instead. Now, Jeff's been playing some pretty good pool today also. He had a match against a player that he had to beat 9-3. That was a race between them. He ended up winning 9-1, which tells me he's playing pretty good today. His mindset is right at the table. This will be the A-side final now. I have no other matches around here, so what can I do? Well, Terrence is coming back right now, so. Oh, it looks like he's coming back right now. I'm not sure. All right, so Jeff just messaged me to let me know he's going to be right here. Been there, says Bill Joinson. I kind of want to shoot a couple of shots, so I'm going to grab my cue and just shoot a couple of shots for fun while I'm waiting for these guys to get here. The scoreboard said, oh, I'm going to change the scoreboard, though, because we're going to flip them. And I believe it's going to be a race of 6. I got to bring down their Fargorates here, too. I think Terrence was at 542. And Jeff Edwards is at 561, so they're going to be an even race to 6. We'll wait for them to get here, and then we'll start their match. In the meantime, I think I'm going to shoot a couple of balls while I'm waiting. That wasn't very pretty to watch. I was about to get in a groove there, and then he came up. He's like, "Hey, great, let's play." I was like, "No, you play." I said, "I'm just trying to shoot in between, trying to kill time till you guys get here." All right, so now we got our A-side final matchup. About to get started. We'll make it official. We'll add a timer on this one also. We haven't been doing that today, only because I haven't been able to catch the matches from the beginning. Time will start once he breaks. Dry on the break. Option for a push here for Jeff. He went for the hit, and well, he didn't make the 1, but he made the 3. So that means Terrence will have the opportunity to take the shot or give the table back to him if he wants to. Because he's got the shot on the 1, he's obviously going to take the shot on. This actually might help him to get up table also for the 2 ball. Got the right pace to get up there. He'll be shooting over the ball just a little bit on the 5. Got to shape up for the 4 ball next, so just straight tops on this one. And, well, you can do the same here if you want, or you can add some spin and come on the left side of the 5 if you want. He'll spin over to the left of the 5. He's got a natural angle now for the 6. Looks like he's trying to hold the position, and he does. 7 ball goes to the side, I believe, as long as you get past it. So you'll have to shoot forward here on the 6 ball. And now he's kind of lined up for the corner, but I think if it goes to the side, you still might want to take it to the side. We'll see what he decides to do. Taking it to the corner is okay, but he'll likely clip that horn. Oh, and he didn't clip it at all. Makes a good shot on the 7, but he'll get tied up on the 8. Looking for a kick shot now. Kick safe will be ideal, but just a good hit will be good enough. And I don't know if he called it, but what a great effort that was. We'll leave the 8 ball over the pocket, however, and Jeff will have an easy finish here for the first rack in this A-side final. We'll bring up their Fargorates too. $5.61 versus a $5.42. Pretty even race here. Makes the 10, 1-0. What's up, Marty Bray? How you doing, man? Chip and Chris Frederick, welcome to the stream. Rahel Hosen, welcome to the stream. Let the good times roll. XTV says, I like the idea of putting the higher Fargos with the lower ones. The lower Fargos can learn a lot in a tournament like that. Yeah, so that's the way normally we would do it, right? So they can kind of have fun, and it also makes it a little bit more balanced. But I have something that I'm working on, and I need to see how the system will work for this other event that I'm planning. And so that's where I'm at right now. Makes a 10 ball off the break, it won't count, it just gets spotted. Well, so that's the other thing too, is the communication, if it's allowed or not. I'm looking at the possible maybe one timeout per game. I think that might be too many, to be honest, but I actually wanted to keep it at 3 timeouts per match. But then you have to kind of find a way to keep track of that paper and pen and or digitally, right? And I don't know. I think it might just make it easier not to do it. And I honestly feel like 1 timeout per game is too much because like some people won't use it, but some people will use it every single game. And I think like if you're gonna limit the timeouts to 1 per game, you also have to limit how much time they're allowed for the timeout. So there's a couple of little things that I got to figure out for a structure when it comes to the timeout. But I'm looking into all that already, Max TV. We'll miss the shot on the 7 ball, a little bit of a body movement and an overcut. Just draw to the left side of the 8 ball here, or just stun down for the 8 ball instead. It's gotten a bit further than he wanted to, so I'll have to create a different angle here for the 9. He's going to play a round table on this one, but bumping into the 10 ball is going to limit that cue ball position to just a bank on the 9 or a cut on the 9. You want to take that on. He'll try the cut and just miss it. Cue ball is coming down. It's going to miss the 10 ball as well. Ball in hand for Jeff Edwards. Just 2 balls remaining. A chance to get up 2 games here. Always a good day as long as we wake up, man. Even the tough days are good. You'll make the 10, 2-0. So that could have been a situation where if Terrence would have punished Jeff on that miss, it might have been something that affected Jeff mentally moving forward. But he had a chance to redeem himself and get that win anyway. So now, like, him missing that shot is not something that's playing in his mind when he's at the table the next time he faces a difficult shot. Where if Terrence would have won that game, now that would have left a little bit of a burn mentally for Jeff. And then at some point, he might have thought of that miss and maybe it would have affected him on another shot in this rack or in this match. As I was saying, this rack, but there's more than one rack. Speaking of which, we're going to move into rack number 3. Terrence Young to break. Looking for some action. Cue ball's going to scratch. Ball in hand for Jeff Edwards. The 3 ball went in, so it's the 1, the 2, then the 4 and 5. The 5 is tied up by the 8. The 4 is sitting in the middle, just above that 6 ball. Well, not middle, but middle of the center of the table, I guess, somewhat. You know what I mean. It's hard to explain, but you get it. So all he's looking for here is just an angle to be able to run from the 4 into the 5. Not sure if he got it. He's got some angle, but it looks like the angle that he's got might take him into that 7. However, if he can line it up for that 7 to get on the bottom side of the 7, you push that 8 ball out of the way, which would maybe give you that 5 ball. Yeah, there you go. And now all he's got to do is just earn his keep by making a good shot on the 5 and getting natural position for the 6 ball. A little bit of pace required on this one to get on the top of the table. You're basically trying to shape up to where the 10 ball is. From here, he could try to level straight to get it to the top left corner also, but it didn't make sense to do that. He'll play the cue ball on top of the 7. He's got a weird angle on this, so he's got to slow roll this one just to hold a nice angle on the 8. A little bit too much pace, but he's still okay. He can play off the 2 to 3 rails here for the 9, back and forth. 1, 2, 2.5 will do it. 2.5 will work. Gets by the 9, nice and clean. Ten in the corner, 3-0. Almost 10 minutes into the match, and 3-0 for Jeff Edwards so far. Breaking next in rack number 4. Trying to see if he can get closer to winning this match on the A-side final. It always starts off with a break, but it's not just the break that matters when you're playing in a tournament and you're trying to win it. It's how you compose yourself in the moments when you don't make the shots or when you come up short. Matty Boy says, good shooting. Rack number 4, Jeff Edwards to break. He's got a 3-game lead, would like to make it 4. You don't see too many 10-ball breaking runs, but he's looking to get one. He'll come out dry, though. And Terrence Sang will get a chance to get going on the scoreboard. Not much of an opportunity here because the 9 ball is blocking the path to the 1, so you'll have to play a push or a jump shot or a kick shot, which the kick shot is not available, I don't think. He's going to try it, though. Oh, he was calling a push. Okay. I thought he was trying it. Thinking you're crazy. There's no kick shot available. How are you going to make this? But he wasn't trying to do that. Just playing a push. Jeff will miss the shot on the 1 ball. We'll turn the table over back to Terrence. And it looks like he's going to give him a shot on the 1 to the side. He's got a good lineup here on the 2 to get set up for the 3. 4 ball goes to the left side middle. The 5 ball is where the work is at. Ideally, you want to get a shot on the 3 ball with an angle to break into that 5 and 10 now. That will set you up for the 4. Give you an opening on the 5 as well. He's just going to hold position off the 3 ball and set up for the 4 ball to the side pocket. Looking to split the 7 and 10 here. Now he'll miss them both and get on top of the 5 ball. Maybe taking the 10 ball to the corner might be a possibility here. I wouldn't say it's wired, but I would say there's a chance for it. And of course, you could always play safety. He's going to call a safety. Very smart. Good safety. Well, and I don't think Jeff can see any direct contact on this fine ball. So he's got to jump or kick at it. Kick is going to be difficult to do because you're basically trying to kick just above the side pocket. And it looks like the 8 ball is just in the way. So you might have to spin into it, making the shot missable. He'll miss the contact, turn the table over. It's a ball in hand. Things are looking up here for Terrence Young and this rack. He's got to get up table now off the 2 or 3 rails. He's playing 3. He's going to run into that 8, though. Going to run into the 9 instead. And, well, doesn't have much to shoot at on the 6 ball. If he's got a jumper and he can jump, that's the way you're going. Otherwise, you're looking at a kick shot. He's calling it in the top left corner, and he's lining it up like as if he's going to go for a kick shot. So I'm assuming that's what he's going to do. Well, just missed the 6 ball. Ball in hand for Jeff. He's got a little bit of work to do also. I mean, the 6 and 7 ain't a big deal, but getting positioning on the 8 is going to be important. The way I'm looking at setting up for that would be to make the 7 into the corner, have a natural angle to be able to come into that 9 ball and set up for the 8 ball next while pushing the 9 ball to the side. The way he's played it, he's going to have to play off 2 rails to get onto the right side of the table and have a bit of a back cut on the 8. And he'll have an extra bit of a back cut on the 8 ball. 10 ball works as a cushion ball, so he just has to focus on making the shot only. That should give him the shot on the 9. He'll miss the 8 ball though and turn the table over to Terrence. He's got an easy layout now. 3 balls remaining, the 8, 9, and 10, and both of them, the 8 and 9, are looking good right now. 10 ball depends on the shape that you play on the 9. He's got a little bit of angle, so he'll have to make up for it. 9 ball will wiggle its way into the pocket. Cue ball will get lined up for the 10. Terrence Young on the board, 3-1. 14 minutes into the match, 4 games in. Race to 6 between these guys. Jeff Edwards looking for 3. Terrence Young looking to get on the scoreboard once again to get within 1. Looking for 5 to win the match. Flash and break. I think something went in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's a dry break. Push option available, or he can hit it off the rail. I don't think he chose the 110 combo, but that is a possibility here. And it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know if you take it or not, but the combination is pretty straightforward here from the 1 to the 10. He's got a straight line. He's going to call the 10. I don't know. He's going for the 1 ball. No, he was going for the 10 ball. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, the lineup was there. I think I would have tried it also. I think the only reason why he missed it is because he was just trying to, play like a two-way shot. He didn't call the 3 ball, so his opponent can give him the table back if he wants to. And he will. He's going to call the 2 ball now. Follows the corner, a nice back cut. Very nice. Nice and smooth on the delivery. Makes the 4, trying to draw back for the 5. He's going to get a bounce, and that's going to leave him tough on the 5. I find that this shot is like a low percentage to make it. Not impossible though, but it makes it tough because of using the extension. And that removes a little bit of the feel on the shot, which on that shot, you need a little bit of the feel for it. And he's left a fairly similar cut the other way here for Jeff. I don't think he'll take the cut on. He's likely just going to play a safety here. Using the 9 ball as a blocker. Great shot. Very nice shot. Very, very, very creative. Locked him up pretty good too. He's going to reply with a kick shot and he'll come up short on the 5. This was a nice safety, you know, perfect little touch right into the 9 ball. Was trying to play the 7 to the side, come up short. Terrence will have a shot on the 5 ball available. It looks like the 6 was past the 8 ball as well to the top left corner. He's got the perfect angle to get over to the right side for the 6. Legs Leon, how you doing, man? Luis Magana, Bill Lorendo, Donald Mitchell, welcome. Nick Romaniak, welcome. Tony Moss, how you doing? Makes 6, got position on the 7. 8 ball's just chilling by the pocket. Great angle here on the 8 for the 9. It should give him a great angle from the 9 to the 10. All depending on the pace. He's overpaced it a little bit. Can still cut it. Can also bank it. Tougher to control position for the 10 ball now, though. You're more or less just focused on the shot. Gonna try to get some power behind this bank. Trying to get the cue ball around for the 10, making this bank missable. Great effort nonetheless. And, well, he'll turn the table over to Jeff. 2-game lead right now. A chance to get a 3-game lead back. Just the 9 and 10 remaining. Will make the 9. He's going to have a little bit extra pace on this. Needs a little bit of a kick on the 10 ball for it to work out. And he does get a little kick for it. It is available to the top, or sorry, the bottom left corner. Will make the 10 4-1. 2 games away from winning the A-side final. "20 minutes into this match so far, 5 games in. What's up, Greg Wilson? Blaine Wiesner? Matt Pritchard, welcome to the stream. Rack number 6, and he smashed him. Does anything go in? Doesn't look like it. So Terrence Young coming to the table. Down by 3. Needs to get going now. His back's not against the wall, but it's pretty close. Only 1 game available for him to make a mistake on. And after that, his back will be completely against the wall. Looking to stop the bleeding here. Up there. Just one of those days. Yeah, because it was only like 2 or 3 games that were caught. The very end. It's at the very beginning of the stream, right at the very beginning of the stream. Yeah. But there wasn't much to see because the one game you lost, and then the other game he won, and then the last game you made a miss. Yeah. But you can see like there was some uncomfort, there was some body movement, especially when like you were facing towards the camera, right? I know, it had nothing to do with it, but that's when you were. I can see the body movement. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, he's pretty good. Yeah, well, Barry's playing right now. Barry does. Oh wow, that's a tough match. Yeah, playing safety. It's gonna work out. Great little bump on the 2 ball, says Keith. How you doing, Keith? Five balls next after this. He's got a good angle. They got to come across for it. Needs a good bounce off the rail so he can have something to fall off for the 6 ball. Otherwise, he's gonna have to stop the cue ball right there. You're a killer, Barry. 3-2 for Barry. Barry Bremner against the winner of Ray Perot and Matt Aslin next on the TV table. Oh, I forgot to post a bracket too for the tournament today. Good enough for the 10 ball. 10 is good. He's on the hill. 5-1. 5-1. Hasn't really done any real mistakes at the table. Has been playing pretty good. Missed the one shot at the beginning of the match, but then he was able to redeem himself and end up getting the game. So at the end, instead of being 1-1 after his mistake, he ended up getting a 2-game lead. And well, he hasn't really looked back since then. He's just kind of going through the motions every rack, and he's got a nice 4-game lead. He's on the hill and breaking for the match. I think that's a good day in the office. What's up, Mike Orvis? Gordon Aronek, welcome to the stream. Smash that one. Terrence Young has the 1 ball available, but the path of the cue ball is taking him towards the 6, so he's got to do something here to get the position on the 2 ball. He'll just bump that 6 below with a little bit extra pace to make sure he gets a shot on the 2. Now, unfortunately for him, the 6 ball's gone above the 2 ball, so now that's going to absorb the angle on the draw for this 2 to the 3. Oh, he just avoided it. Wow, I'm surprised he avoided that. But he did good on it. He's got a shot on the 3 ball now. Bank or a cut is the only 2 options he's got available. He'll try the cut. Overcuts it a little bit. Turn the table over to Jeff. And, well, he's got a shot on the 3. The 4 ball is sitting right below the cue ball, so he's got to get that cue ball to go up tail and come back down. The 6 ball's in the path for that to happen, though. So a little bit of a challenge here. We're going to have to hop on this one. Tries to draw to get away from it. He'll run into the 10 ball, and he's letting her know that he moved the 4 ball. Okay. Yeah. Are you still playing, or are you guys done? What was the score? Barry Bremner and Matt Asselin have to play each other again. They faced each other earlier today. It was a 9-3 race, and Barry won that game 3-7. Now it'll be an 8-3 race, so it should keep things a little bit tighter. But we'll see if it'll be enough of a difference for Matt to be able to come back and win that match against Barry. It'll feel good for him to be able to get even with Barry, but if he loses to Barry, he's going to feel pretty bitter about the spot. That's usually the way it goes for players when they're playing in tough spots like that. It's a big bounce off the top rail to get set up for the 6 ball, and he'll come up a little short. I don't think he even has enough to see the edge of it. If he does, then he can just play safety. But if he doesn't, you have to go for a kick shot. And if you're going to go for a kick shot, you might as well call the 10 ball. He's going to call the 10 ball. He'll make the contact with a 6. He'll not make the 10 ball, so he turns the table over to Terrence Young. Bit of a tester here on this one. Almost a scratch angle, not quite. But it makes a player think that it is. And usually that will make them miss the shot with a little bit of body movement like he just did. Jeff has a back cut here, a little bit safer than the last shot that Terrence Young just had. And the angle here, it looks like he'll end up running off the bottom rail and into the 8 ball, unless he adjusts for it with spin. And he did. He was trying to get the contact on the 8 ball, will miss the shot on the 6 because of it. And now Terrence Young will have another chance. 7 goes to the side. 8 ball shouldn't be a problem after the 7 ball. It also goes to the bottom right corner. It's a tight squeeze, but it does go. Looks like he's playing a back cut to the bottom left corner instead. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Huge back cut. Ends up with a bank now to follow up. And he'll just miss above the side pocket. Turns the table over to Jeff. This was a very nice back cut. Jeff made the 8. He's got an angle on the 9. The 10 ball got pushed over in an area where it's good for the 10 ball to get into the top right corner. So all he's got to do is just make the 9 ball now, and he should have the match. Ten ball for the win. He'll make it 6-1, the final score. So Jeff will win the A side, waiting for the winner of the B side. Next matchup we got coming is Barry Bremner and Matt Asselin. The winner of that has to play against Terrence Young. The winner of that has to beat Jeff Edwards. One set only final. So it won't be that bad for a championship match. So I'll set up the scoreboard here. Matt Asselin, Barry Bremner. This is gonna be an 8-3 race. Like I just know it will be. Odds are against Matt Asselin on this one. This will be an A-side semifinal now. I'm sorry, it wouldn't be an A-side, it'd be a B-side semifinal. And Matt said he was going to be right back, so I'm just waiting for him to come back in. I'll let Barry know that he's playing here, so he can come over here and get warmed up. Waiting for Matt to come back in. Barry's already here. He says, doing good down here. Love seeing another live stream. Yeah, I didn't stream on Sunday because I was streaming mud bogging, right? So, and then I got back into the city just before 10 o'clock. There was only 2 matches left in the Sunday Open. So by the time I would have got here, set up my stream, they would have been almost at the end of the match for the last match. So it just wasn't worth the time for me to drive down here and get set up. But I'll be here this Sunday for the Sunday Open. I don't think Matt's a smoker. He's gonna have a tough match. Basically, if he gives Barry any kind of chance, Barry can win. Because it's not like 8-ball where the player has to come in and try to run the table and finish the pattern. They just have to come in and shoot whatever balls are left on the table. And in 10-ball or 9-ball, usually when the other player misses, it's usually around like the 6 or 7 balls. So at most, you're looking at 3 to 4 balls to shoot at for you to be able to win the game. And if the tables are laid out easily on the table, well, Barry should be able to get that clearance to be able to get that game. He did have a couple of matches today already at 9-3s, and he's won most, but he ended up having one that was 9-3 against Jeff Edwards, and Jeff was able to beat him 9-1. I have no idea where Matt is, and Barry's just sitting there. So let me see if I can find someone to put on in the meantime for you guys. What could I put on here? I do have the highlights that I just made for the Moses Capel Memorial, which some of you guys may not have watched that. What's up, Jeff? I'm waiting for Matt to come back in. It's Matt against Barry. The winner of that plays against Terrence. The winner of that plays against you. The one set final. Okay? So then you can talk to these guys about the split or whatever if you want. There's only 8 people in it, right? So it's 160, so like 20 and 40. Well, I can get with you now. I can just talk to them now about it. All right, well, they're back, so I don't have to do any of that. And there's not going to be a championship match, so there's just this match and one match remaining. Jeff Edwards came here with his family, and well, he could stick around to win this tournament, but he decided just to take a smaller cut of the prize payouts, and instead he's just going to end up splitting with whoever wins the B side. So the winner of this match has to play against Terrence Young. The winner of that will end up getting $100 for first. Joe, how you doing? What are the Fargorates between Matt and Barry? Uh, pretty close, but very far. So let me get that fixed right now. Oh, I don't know what I just did. All right, so their Fargorates are up. 1 versus 348. They're good not to scratch there. Will come up short on the 4 ball, and you'll get good on the leave, though. Matt makes a great shot on the 4 ball. It's a big bounce off the rail here for the 5. You should be able to avoid this 10 ball just barely, but it looks like he might run into it. Oh, he just avoided it. All depending on what kind of spin he used, if he used any. Easy combo available. Just got a drop table now for the 10 ball. And he's going to be off to a good start. Oh, I forgot to put the timer on these guys. Timer now. Five. All right, so we're going to move into rack number 2 now. Barry Bremner to break. Needs to put some pressure on his opponent, just needs to win the game to begin that pressure. We'll come up dry on the break. Matt Aslan will get a chance to be able to bank this one. Shape for the 2 ball is tight, so he's got to play the cue ball through. He was just playing smart. Was supposed to be safe, but he ended up running into the 7 ball. We'll give Barry the table here on the 1. Yeah, I mean, if he makes it, he'll have to deal with that 8 ball and 9 ball when he's trying to play the cue ball across for the 2. And he'll miss the shot on the 1 ball. We'll get a good leave on the 1, though. It does not go to the corner pocket past the 5. Is there enough for the 1 to get past for the perfect safety? Yes, there is. Bear will have to find a way to kick this 5 ball, or sorry, this 1 ball now. Off the 2 rails, and oh, he hit it. I don't know what he did there, but he hit it. We'll take a look. He just caught that second rail perfectly for the angle on the 1. And now Bear will have a shot on the 2 ball. 3 ball sitting just below the 4 ball where he's standing. I like the idea of the cross corner here. It gives him better position for the 3. He'll come up short on the 2 ball. Looking for a lucky bounce, and he's going to leave a shot on the 2 format. Now, the challenge for him is that he's got to go down table, up table, and back down table for the 3. Or play a safety like he just did. I like how he's playing nice and smart and conservative. He knows he's got a chance to be able to win some money here if he can beat both of these opponents. And so instead of worrying about the fact that he's got to spot his opponent 8-3, he's just trying to grind out the wins. We'll earn a ball in hand from that effort. And that's basically how you have to play if you're going to play against somebody you got spot and big. You have to find a balance between being aggressive and being smart. And usually you want to lean more towards the being smart side of things. He was trying to freeze him right up to the 7 ball to take away the kick shot on the 2 ball. He's done pretty good. I don't know, man. I feel like Barry might be able to wiggle his way into this 2 ball. Especially the way he was looking at it, but I don't know about this way. I feel like this way it might be a little bit harder to hit. You gotta trust the player's instinct, though. He just missed that 2 ball, barely. That's 2. And now Matt will have a chance to get him on a 3 foul, or he can play out the table. He's going for the 3 foul. And he's left a lot of this 2 ball available for the kick shot. Barry will make the good hit. And he'll get a good leave out of that good hit also. Reset the fouls. Now Matt's looking at a jump shot here for the 2 ball. If he makes it, the cue ball should maybe give him a line on the 3 ball enough to hit it. I don't know about enough to be able to make it. Oh, he's going to scratch on that. I'm only using this table now. That's it. Yeah. Chasing the dream with a 2-10 combo, but he'll come up short. Matt will be able to see the 2. No pocket available, so he'll have to play smart and safe. Luis Araiza, bienvenido, welcome. Rubs Gutierrez, how you doing? Bradley Burns, welcome. Mike Good, Joan Booth, Ashley Ziegman, welcome to the stream. Richard Perez, how you doing? Oh, ball in hand will help the situation for sure. Still a pretty nasty table though. Nice pace on the 4 to get up for the 5. Bumps into the 6 ball. It's going to line him up for the combo. It's going to push the 6 to the corner, making this table a lot easier than it was a few shots ago. Yeah, he's in control of this table right now. Just a 10 ball for a 2-0 lead. 2-0. Only one match remaining after this one, the B-side final. It will not be a championship match today. Smash and break. He made a ball to the side pocket. The cue ball almost went into the same pocket as the 6 ball, but it'll bounce out instead. 1 ball is also gone in, so he's got to shoot the 2 ball. 7's blocking that from happening, so you have to do a push or a kick shot. A fairly open table too, so you want to be careful on your choice here. Plays the push shot. Played it in a way where he didn't really offer much for Barry, but Barry can play a safety here if he wants to. He's using the 5 ball as a blocker. Matt's going to call it in the side, trying to go off the top rail. He'll get the great contact on the 2, and he'll make it in the wrong pocket. No, it's going to bounce off the 2 horns and stay up instead. Barry Bremner with a chance to get on the scoreboard now. Things are working here. He's got a shot on the 3 with an angle to get set up for the 4. The 4 does go past the 8 ball in the top left corner. Gotta watch not to play this naturally because the scratch angle is there on the 3. Oh, he hit the horn. He didn't hit the horn. That was going to be a ball in hand, but he clipped the horn just enough to make it a good shot. And Matt will get a turn back at the table now. Emil Pickle, how you doing? Says, nice to have you back, Rod. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for having me back, man. I appreciate it. I was kind of missing everyone on Sunday, you know. The whole time I was like, okay, I got to get there. I got to get there. But the event that I was working on Sunday was supposed to start at 11 o'clock in the morning. And it would have been done by like 2:30. And then I would have been back in time to be able to catch most of the semifinals and the rest of the B side on Sunday. But the event ran late, and by the time I got back to the city, it was almost 10. And then there was only 2 matches left by that time. Now, if the stream was something that I can just come in and go, then I would have came in. But because I knew that it was going to take me an hour to set up, I figured I was racing against time and it wasn't worth it. I stayed home with family instead. But I'm glad to be back today. Only 8 players came out today, but it was kind of a nice day out, and I don't blame them, man. I mean, I wanted to be home with my family also, so I understand. We'll see what happens next week, all depending on the weather, I'm sure. But we've had some 18 players, we've had 12 players, we had 16 players, 17 players, so we had a little bit of everything for Thursdays when it comes to this 10-ball tournament. I might change it up next week and maybe make it 8-ball for a change. But I like 10-ball. You know, I like these guys are playing 10-ball. Yeah, it helps them play a little bit straighter on the table. They got to earn their wins, you know. And I don't know. I think it's a good thing. Playing smart here, freezing them up to the 10. Doesn't want the 9 to hit the rail, though, because if it hits the rail, that allows the easy kick shot on the 9. It's an important hit, this one. He'll make it. What a shot. Got a shot available on the 10 ball now. He'll make the shot on the 10 ball, 2-1. Follows up with a nice shot on the 10. And see, now he's putting a little bit of pressure on his opponent. This is a nice kick shot. I mean, he left him on a do or die, and he knew that he made a mistake. The minute that ball went to that bottom rail, he knew that, you know, it was a bad situation for him. And sure enough, Barry Brennan will come in and make the nice kick shot on the 9, and then follows up with the 10 ball to the corner. 2-1 now. He needs 2 games to win. Matt is looking for 6. Odds are against him right now. But Fargorate says that he should be able to win with a score of 8-2. Jay Legrand, welcome to the stream. Samantha Jane, Baby Che, Eliana Noah, welcome. Wilmer Calero, welcome. Bienvenido. Chris Johnson, how you doing? Welcome. Rack number 4, número 4. Barry Brebner to break. He's on the board looking for one more so he can put full pressure on his opponent. Needs to win only 3 games. He'll hit the one, cue ball come around, kick that one ball again. 3 ball's gonna go in the pocket. I attempt at this table anyway. I don't think he can make the one comfortably. We'll turn the table over to Matt. He's giving him the shot on the 2, or sorry, on the 1 with an angle to get into the 2. I think he should be able to. He should be able to control the pace. I was gonna say he should be able to control the pace with a 2 ball, and he does. Yeah, he'll have to like smash the pack here and reset the table, sort of thing. Looking for a bump, a good bump for the 4 ball. Well, he'll end up tough on the 4. 4 or 5 combo is about the only option he has, or a safety. He's been playing discipline, so I think he's gonna play a safety, and he does. You don't start off playing smart and then, taking gambles at the wrong times. That usually is a recipe for disaster, and he knows better than that. So he keeps it smart, looking for a ball in hand out of this one. Barry will negate that, though, by hitting the 4 ball. And he's left them, I think, a peek at the 4, but I don't think he can make it. I could be wrong. He might be able to make it and draw back for the 5, but it looks like the 10 ball's in the way for that. And it looks like the 10 ball's in the way for the hit, but I might be wrong. And I was. Definitely was. He was able to make the 4, though he didn't make it. He would have run into the 10 ball, so I was right on that one. Kick shot from Barry Brebner, and extra bump on the cue ball is going to ensure that the 4 ball doesn't go into the wrong pocket. Matt's got a nice angle now on the 4 to be able to draw back for that 5. He's got an angle now on the 5 to get down for the 6. He might have to punch draw this off the top rail. He's going to play it through instead. He's going to slow down a little bit. Oh, he's in tight. I think he can still make the shot. Looks like he can still play the shape for the 7. I have to play for the 7 in the top left corner instead of the top right, though. Oh, he's going to get an extra bump. And that's going to leave him a challenging 7 ball, but it is available. Angle towards the 8 ball is also there. He'll run into the 8 ball and bump it out after making the 7 ball. This works out perfect for the 8. Now he's got to play through on this one to get on the right side of the 10. Ooh, and he's going to run into the 10 ball. And this is not good. He might have given Barry a shot on the 8 ball. If he did, Barry will have a chance to get on the hill here. You'll make the 8 ball, 9 ball available to the side, and that's about it. Unless you back cut to the top left corner, then you got 2 options against. Now, if he makes his 9 ball to the side, he's still going to have a tough 10 ball, but he would just like to have a chance at it. He'll miss the 9 ball. Turn the table over to Matt Aslin, who will have a tough choice to make here with the 9 ball. The cut to the corner seems like the natural way to go, though. So I think we just take it on. He's going to miss it. Would have liked to have gone over to the left side of the 10 ball because then it would have worked as a blocker, but instead he ran into the 10 ball. Barry can see the 9. He'll play a bank safe. Trying to ground out the win here, and a great line on this safety. Matt will get the good hit on the 9 ball. He's looking for a little bit of luck on the bounce. He sort of got a little bit of luck. Barry will have a shot on the 9 anyway. Not an easy one, but a makeable one nonetheless. And he's going to make it. What a shot. Makes the shot on the 9, has a 10 ball lined up for the side. He's looking good to get on the hill now. but he's gonna miss the 10 ball. Oh no. And is he gonna give away the easy 10 to the side? Well, it's easy enough anyway. Man, looking good here on this break. Gonna thank the pool gods for that one. Should have been in trouble there. Could have been one of those moments that made him bitter in the match, but instead salvages the game 3-1. He's got a 2-game lead, breaking next in rack number 5. Trying to keep that momentum going. He's got a long race and a race to 8. But he's got a good start here with a 3-1 lead. Robert Fedinato, how you doing? Chris Ramos, welcome to the stream. Or Ramos. It should be Ramos, right? But I usually see Ramos with an S, not with a Z. Well, he's going to come up dry on the break and not dry on the leave. He's left him nothing on the 1, leaning up against the 2. Push shot coming out. Oh, he's going to tie up everything. Matt will be able to give him the table back if he wants to. Yeah, he's going to. Very into a lot of trouble on this table right now. He's just going to reset the table. Ball in hand for Matt Aslan. Oh no, he was trying to lock him up and setting up the combo after that. And instead he's scratched, and now he's giving Barry Bremner an easy 110 combo with a ball in hand. He'll have a chance to get on the hill. Oh man, this is the worst case scenario for Matt Aslan. He was playing a really smart shot too, but the cue ball just wouldn't stop rolling. Barry makes the easy combo, 3-2. It's tough to be in a spot like this underneath the 3 race, man. You know, you can't afford any mistakes. So you're trying to play smart. You're trying to be balanced at the table, not taking too many opportunities, right? And but every now and then you have to, you have to create something. So that was a situation there for him. All he was trying to do was just leave a safety. He was hoping that, maybe Barry would not hit the ball on the kick shot after that. That would give him the easy 10-1 or 110 combo. And even if he had hit that 1 ball, still, Matt had a good advantage of the table. But him scratching the cue ball there, that just totally changed everything. And now we have Barry Bremner, who's looking good on the hill right now. He's got comfort anyway. His opponent needs to win 5 games to be able to win the match. He just has to win 1. All the pressure on Matt Aslan. Barry Bremner just going to be patient here. Wait for his opportunity. Oh, he broke, but he didn't make a ball. He's left a shot on the 1 for Matt. A bit of a tester here for the shape on the 2. Playing the safety. He was going to keep going, though. It's going to open up the shot on the 1. He doesn't quite have it all, but he can see enough of the right side of the 1. It's going to be a foul. He's got him on 1. Gotta try to find a way to create a 3 foul out of this mess. He just wants to get a quick game just to, kind of switch the momentum a little bit. That's a good one. Barry will reply and hit the 1 ball, though. And he's going to hook him behind the 8 ball also. And now he's got to come up with a good kick shot if he wants to continue on this one. Oh, he missed the 1 ball, both on the way in and on the way out. Ball in hand for Barry. And he's gonna play a 2 hook on him. Ties him up on the 1. And Matt's frustrated now. That's 2 foul. Barry calls him on the 2, says that's 2. And now he's gonna go for the 110 combo. But he's got no mercy, this guy, man. He's out to kill today. Oh no, and he's gonna make it too. But look at the cue ball. Oh. Wow, man. 10 ball gets spotted. Matt will set up for the 110 combo now. Oh, but he'll miss it. He's got him on 2, so he's got a chance to get him on 3 now. Two. And he hooked him frozen to the 5, so it looks like he's gonna get him on the 3 foul. What a crazy rack this one's been. Oh, and he's gonna hit it. Oh my god, he's gonna hit it. He's gonna escape the 3 foul. He just won't go away, this guy. The most stubborn 3 in the world. And Matt's a little disoriented right now, so he's not quite focused, man. He's playing what do you call that? Like a non-focused game, you know? And a lot of it has to do because he doesn't like the spot. It's tough to play against this spot, man. I'm telling you. I watched everybody have to go against him, and they've had a tough time, every one of them. He's got him on 2 again. Chance to get him on 3 now. That's going to do it right there. Needs a big bounce off the rail. Yeah, that's going to give him a chance. Yo, missed the 2 ball. That's a 3 foul. I thought he already had him on 2. Okay, so I guess he's on 2 now. I thought he already had him on 2. Oh, that's going to be a good one anyway. This is going to be a really good one. He says there's no point around the table. I'll just 3 foul him because he can't get out of hooks. Oh, God, he just gets out of that one, but he'll scratch. That's 3. Oh, man, 4-2. I've enjoyed this match. Barry Bremner just defying all odds every which way he can, man. He almost defied one there, too, until he scratched that cue ball on the side. Whew, 4-2. Go on, Barry, says Max TV. Who won the Sunday tournament? I have no idea. I wasn't here. I wasn't here, man. Now they're doing a little bit of talk game. And Barry's trying to get him worked up mentally to create some frustration. Being smart though, you know, it's the hustle, you know, it's like the shark move sort of. He's got Matt talking, and now he's got Matt kind of focused on something other than pool. That was a push shot. He might be onto something here, Matt, though. If he can just play, you know, 3 fouls, he can probably get him a lot easier than if he went for runouts and then end up turning the table over. That was a good safety. We're gonna have a safety class here. Safety class in full effect. You'll get a great hit on the 1 ball though. Wow, with a safety. Oh no, it bounces out. Crazy. He almost had the touch of death on that one. I need to get that tied up on the 4 ball. He's gonna give him a shot on the 1. I have to be patient now. Barry will try to make the one. We'll get lucky on the leave. Matt will call the 10 ball. It seems like the common shot to call here because the kick shot's going to the side anyway. And, well, he ended up missing the 1 ball, so it's a ball in hand. And now Barry's looking to see if he can somehow make this 10 ball. He's really trying to ride him, man. Oh, I can't believe he's going to chase this. This is gross. He may not chase it, though. He might just play a safety. Oh, he's chasing. Oh, crazy bugger. This is a 3 with a mindset of a 7. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a really good one. He can only kick it from the right side. Wide angle from the right, though. But much harder to kick it from the left, so you always go to the right here. He'll get the good hit. Looking for a good bounce on the 1 ball. That'll work. Just trying to be patient. Gonna leave him the shot on the 1 ball, though, and Barry will get an opportunity now. Angle to come across for the 2 is automatic. He'll miss the 1 ball. He'll also scratch. And now Matt will get a chance at this table. And I think at this point, like, now you have to kind of look at this table and look at it as in you have to run it out. However, you know, you could still play the 3 fall on him if you wanted to. I don't see anything wrong with it. If you're going to make this 1, then you might as well go for the run out. He's going to get a bad bounce off the 9 ball, though. He'll still have a shot to the side on the 2, but he's going to lose a little bit of cue ball positioning. He's going to call the 10 ball instead. Oh, nice shot. Very nice shot. 5-2. Needs to win 3. Barry Brenner needs to win 1. This has been a very entertaining matchup so far. Very gentle and delicate on the combo on the 10. Just pure class on it. Right to the heart. Very, very, very entertaining, this matchup so far. And the smack talking is going, man. We have a couple of people on the sideline talking smack too, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this one. These are the kind of like battles that if everybody was drunk, there'd be like a bottle breaking at the end and somebody getting smashed in front of the TV table. But they're not that kind of people, so it's just smack talking and let's see whoever wins kind of thing. Mr. Grand Zemp, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. The boss is on, so I got to behave myself. I have a tough time behaving myself, man. Going for a push. Just wants to get it past the 1. Bear's trying to work out the situation here. It doesn't make sense to go for the 1 ball because you would just run into the 2 ball, no guarantee position. So it just makes sense to bank it and play safe. He's going to end up hitting the 2 ball, and that's going to be a foul instead. And Matt will get a ball in hand. 2 balls gone, so he's got to make the 3 next. 4 ball chilling by the middle. Needs a bit of a drawback angle here, and he's going to get it. He's got to figure out where he wants to set up for the 4 to be able to set up for the 5, because the 5 only goes to the top left corner. Might have got out of position here slightly. Maybe cue through still to be able to draw back a little bit, but I think if anything, you're drawing towards that side pocket if you're drawing at this angle, so you're better off to do what he just did. Play it through instead. It's a good bounce off the horn, and he'll have the shot on the 5. Cue ball angle goes towards the 9 ball, so that should help him get set up for the 6. Got a nice draw angle now to be able to come off 3 rails for the 7, but I don't think the 7's an easy shot, so you might want to play safety here. He's going to do just that, but he hit it a little lighter than what he wanted. Cue ball was supposed to come down table and leave nothing on the 6. Instead, he's giving Barry a perfect angle on the 6 to get set up for the 7 ball. He can run off the top rail into this 8 ball for the shape on the 7. He'll miss the 6-ball though. Huge break here for Matt Aslan. Still a lot of talking going on this table, man. That was a good safety. Very, very good safety. You need to be a carpenter to get out of this one. Oh, he almost hit it, man. Ooh, so close. I'm laughing at this because like he's just going down and just bearing down and getting into it, man. And he's been hitting all these hits, man, but that one he missed. That's got to find a solution here. Table's still not available. You can try to break into the area to open up to 7 and 8 and 10. You can also just play another safety. I like playing the safety here since he's already kind of started it. Hit it off the top rail into that 7 ball, get the cue ball to the left side of the table. That will work too. That will work too. And that's a smart safety because now like he's gonna force him to hit that 6 ball. And if he does hit that 6 ball, it's gonna open up the table for him. The Bear's gonna fish out a leave. Didn't sell the table, but he's giving him a shot on the 6. Calling the bank on the 6 ball. Looking for a possibility on the 7, and well, he would have had an opportunity at the 7, but he missed the 6 ball. Barry, however, has a chance on the 6 with an angle to be able to get back for the 7. He'll just play safety. And, well, looks like Matt will have to make a choice on a safe or going for the shot here. He's going to go for the shot. Kind of a two-way, though. He's trying to play a little bit safe at the same time. And he's giving him an angle here on the 6 to be able to pot it and get across for the 7 ball. Very dangerous angle, though, so I don't think Barry will take it on, but we'll see. Dangerous because it's hard to control the shape for the 7 ball. He will try the bank and scratch in the side pocket. Ball in hand for Matt Aslan. Needs to win 3 games to win this match. Now everything makes sense for him to go for the finish. You know, everything's available. Came up a little bit short on this one. Shot it fast, and he should have got something better than that. He'll have to play safety now. And he's left the 7 ball available for Barry. And I think the only reason why he missed it is because these guys are all engaging into like some smack talking at the table. So once you open that door, man, it's all fair game. That's why I try not to interact with my opponents when they try to get like that. It's hard to resist, though, you know. Sometimes you just want to talk a little smack, too. It's a good bounce off the rail for the 8. He'll get just enough. Surviving that rack. Barry almost talked him into that loss there, but Matt will find the win, 6-2. Needs 2 more for the win. Barry Bremner needs 1. Marlon the Chief, how you doing? Mark Aguilar. Paola Young, welcome to the stream. Race to 8 for Matt Aslan. Race to 3 for Barry Bremner. 348 Fargo. That's what Barry is. 591 for Matt Aslan. Max TV says this match is cracking me up. It's a fun one, man. I mean, usually we get like all these top players having fun running tables out, and that's okay, right? I mean, we enjoy watching these top players running tables out all the time. But every now and then, you know, you get engaged into a situation that's a little different, and this rack is that. It's that and a little bit more. Oh, he's gonna scratch. No, he's not. Oh, it looked like he was gonna get the scratch angle there. Like, perfect, he says. Just the way he planned it. The master's looking away like a little disgusted with the leave. He'll call the 10 ball. Going for a big shot on this one. Needs a big bounce off that 4. It's going to save him. Not many options available for Barry, so just the safety is about the only thing he can do here. If he gets past the 3-ball, it'll be perfect. Anything below that 3-ball would have been a little more dangerous, but because he got above it, limits what Matt can do here for the 1. He'll try the kick off the bottom rail and miss it. Ball in hand for Barry Brebner. He's got him on 1 foul. A chance to be able to get him on 2 now. If that's what he wanted to chase after. If he 3 hooks Matt Aslan, I'll never hear the end of it for like ever. He's going to try it though. He's going to try it. No. He had the idea in his mind of how he wanted to do it, but it didn't come up the way that he was thinking. Turns the table over to Matt, he'll have the easy one. 2 and the 3 shouldn't be a problem. 4 ball sitting just above that 1 that just went in the side pocket. 3 ball's a bit of a problem because you have to be perfect. But other than that, it's really not a problem. Well, now it's a problem. Now for sure it's a problem. He's got to get a good hit here. Great reply. Very great reply. I don't think he's left him the shot on the 3. But he can hit it. Oh, he left him the shot. Okay. I was wrong. Barry makes a 3. He's got position for the 4. The 5 ball sitting on the bottom, so he's got natural shape for the 5 here. Needs a little bit of angle to get up for the 6, and he's going to get fairly straight on this, so he might have to settle for the 6 to the side of the top left corner. We'll get the option for the side pocket. And he's got decent angle to work with here to hold position for the 7 ball, but he's got to create something for the 8 ball. So he's looking at a bank now just so he can create a better angle. We'll try the bank. We'll miss the bank. He'll almost go in the next time around, but he'll still come up short. He did not come up short on the leave. And Aslan will have to do a jump shot now. Kick shot's available too if you want to go that way. He'll make good contact on the 6. Doesn't want to give him anything too easy. Got to play smart here. It's the only thing he can really do. He's going to give him the shot on the 6, so. And the only good thing that happened there is that he kind of pushed the 9 in front of the 8 ball just enough. However, I think that, once you make the 6 and you get to the 7, the likely scenario here is that Matt doesn't have the perfect shape on the 8. He'll just play the combo. Though the 10 ball is not in a good position where the combo, 8-10 combo makes it easier. It actually makes it a little bit harder. He's got to be pretty precise here on how he gets set up from the 8 for the 10. And that will do. That's a perfect angle. He can back cut this 8 into it now. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't go for that 10 ball. He just went for the 8 ball. Well, I guess not a bad thing. He's got the 9 and 10 remaining now. He's going to have to 4-stroke this a little bit, though, to get back up for that 10 ball. Playing it through is the best option. He tried to play it through. He's going to miss the shot, and he's going to not leave him a whole lot on the 9 ball, but there is a finish available here for Barry Brebner. If he can just make the 9, 10 ball is pretty automatic. He'll make the 9. Oh, man, and a bounce off the horn saves him. He was about to be in trouble there for the 10 ball. And instead, that bounce is going to allow him to get the 10 ball to the corner. And he'll make the 10. Oh, my God. 6-3, the final score. Barry Brenner will move on, and he'll have to play against Terrence. You what? Yeah, that's not cool. Yeah, that's not cool, man. He's saying that they were talking too much smack on the table, and it was interrupting with the way he was thinking and playing. It was frustrating him. But I think that's the way, like, these guys were trying to manipulate the conversation. Now they're all talking about it. Three, 6, 6-3. They're arguing. Hang on. I got to go deal with these guys. They're engaging right now. He's kind of calling him out, and the only thing that's gonna happen here is that Matt's gonna end up coming back, or they're gonna end up getting into a physical confrontation. So I'm hoping that's not the case, but I have to figure out what the race is between these guys. That's what I'm gonna figure out. Give me a second. I gotta see what the race is between these guys. This is the last match of the night. 348, 542. Eight three. 8-3. 8-3 is the race between these guys. This is the last match of the night. Ah, that was playing today? I don't know. Oh, Trevor. Yeah. 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 Final match of the night, B-side final. The one goes in, 2 ball stays on the table, 3 balls over the pocket. Very nice break. This is the problem when people like start talking smack to each other, is that it's all fun and games until eventually you get a little bit more serious in the game, in the match, and then the other side just keeps going. Um, it builds up anger slowly, right? So Emil Pickle says, Barry the Giant Killer. Scratch on the side, ball in hand for Barry Brebner. More than a woman. Matty Boy retracted his message. I'm not sure what it was. I didn't see it. Max TV says Barry. Brad says he's a poor sport. Max TV says Barry's like 80, buddy. Better not try anything. No, he wasn't. He wasn't engaging with Barry. He was engaging with the other guys. So the guy that Barry's playing against right now, Terrence Young, he was also talking smack on that table against Matt, and then Matt got upset with him, and so he started like talking back to him, and then you know Terrence just kept going off, and Matt kept going off, and they were kind of building each other up. But there was Terrence and Terry Curtin. They were both sitting here on the sidelines, yapping away at Matt while he was playing. And at first, like I kind of seen they were talking smack, and it was kind of funny. But I knew that they were kind of getting carried away because it just kept going. It kept going every shot, every rack. And sure enough, eventually, it was one of the things that kind of set the tone for what happened there. Forgot to start the timer on this one, so we'll add another, I don't know, we'll say 4 minutes to this one. 1-0 for Terrence Young. And Matt's not that kind of guy either that will necessarily get physical with somebody, you know, even though they get into each other's faces. But when it's people that are not playing, and that's where he was coming from, is that, hey, like, why are you talking smack? You're not even in this game. I'm not even playing against you, man. Like, mind your own business type thing. So I kind of get where Matt was coming from. And if I was in a situation, I probably would have addressed that long before the match kept going. Right when they started talking smack, I would have said, hey, like, what are you guys doing here? You guys aren't playing right now. Go sit somewhere else. Right? Something like that. But I thought they were all cool because they were just like chirping back and forth. And usually when they're chirping back and forth, you can kind of feel like it's a mutual agreement on what's happening at the moment. But like I said, they just kept going. They just kept pushing, and Matt wasn't, right? So that's what made him upset. I totally understand where he's coming from. Mason Geller, how you doing? We're here at the Hangar Billiards and Sports Lounge, 121 Scurfield Boulevard to be exact, is where we're at. Can't find it. Where is it? This is where we're at. It's the Hangar Billiards and Sports Lounge located at 121 Scurfield Boulevard here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, in the center of Canada. We'll flick out the one, turns the table over to Barry. He'll have an option to give him the table back if he wants to. But he's got a shot on the two ball, so he'll just take it on. Canada, eh? Yeah. Up in Canada, eh? You know, I think like most of us do say A, but we don't really realize when we're doing it. And I think usually it starts with when another Canadian starts saying A, then it's like A. I don't know if I do it. I might. You guys tell me. Do I ever comment in and say A? I might. I'm pretty Canadian, born and raised here. I'll turn the table over to Barry. What makes it harder for these guys too is that playing against Barry, like with a 9-3 spot or an 8-3 spot, it makes it very frustrating, especially when the other guy's like making safeties and replying on your safeties and getting out of trouble or making shots when you're expecting him not to. You know, all those things that happen, it plays a part in the mentality of the player. Now, I'll tell you one thing. Barry beat a lot of people that way, but the one guy he didn't beat today was Jeff Edwards, and I think the reason for that is because Jeff Edwards was prepared mentally for it. He knew that he was in a big spot, but he also knew that if as long as he didn't sell out the table or sell out an opportunity at the table, that he was going to have a better advantage in that match, and that's the way he played. He just played smart, and when he had opportunities, he never missed, or he just played the right way every time. So he was able to overcome Barry with a 9-1 score. But with this match here, Matt just kind of got engaged with Barry and fans that were sitting beside him, and it just kind of became a thing. That's why I try not to get engaged into matches like that. When I'm talking to an opponent and they're being like that, I just won't. And I understand why people wear the headphones. It's usually for that reason, right? Because right now, like if Matt was wearing headphones on that one or AirPods, he would have been able to block out all that noise and just kept shooting the best that he could have. So I understand why people do it. However, it's like not cool to do it when you're playing pool. Maybe in a tournament, like a weekly tournament, not so bad. But in an event, different. 2-0. Oh yeah, we're gonna put these guys as Fargorates up too. Matty Boy says, I would talk smack too if you kept 3 falling when table is runnable. That was awesome. Benjamin says, thanks for the stream, Rod. Have a great night, all. Thank you for tuning in, Benjamin, and you have a great night as well, man. Well, we reset the score on that one. Okay, we'll just take the timer off for this one because this is the last match anyway. We'll just take it off. Time now is midnight. Only 8 players today, but some matches took very long. Hit and miss, man. But one thing that's not hit and miss is the time that I get to go home every time I come out for a tournament. It's barely ever that I get out of here like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Usually it's midnight, 1 or 2. Tonight it will be at least at 1 o'clock, and then I gotta turn down my equipment, so it'll actually be at 2 o'clock. 2:40 by the time I get home. Makes a good hit on the 2 ball. I'm just gonna leave a decent leave here on the 2. The 4 ball's next, so all he's got to do is just hold position on the 2 for the 4. He'll try to come over on it and end up hooking Terrence Young just barely behind the 4. He'll foul on that one. Ball in hand for Barry. He'll scratch on that one. That resets the fouls. Ball in hand for Terrence Young now. 4, no problem because he got a ball in hand. Shaping up for the 5 is so important because the 6 ball's tied up on top of the 10 ball. So he's got to work on an angle here to be able to break out the 6 ball when he takes on the 5. I like taking out the 6 ball now and then have the 5 ball as an escape shot instead, because you never know when something goes wrong. And right now, that's what happened to him here. He's gone out of position, tries to force the shot on the 5 ball, will come up short, and he's going to leave a shot on the 5 for Barry. Lined up to the side pocket. Not much to do for the 6 ball, though. All he can do is just hit it. He's measuring it out to see what he can do with it. There's no options on the 6, I'll tell you that much. Safety is about the only option you can play on it. And this table ain't pretty, man, so you're looking for a safety anyway. You should be, I don't know. Maybe he found something that I didn't see, but the only thing I can see maybe is a combo of some sort, but I don't think that table goes anywhere. He's playing safety. He's left him a peek at the 6. It almost looks like he's left him enough for the combo. I don't know if he can get into the 6 ball enough for the combo, though. It's like he couldn't, so he'll just play safety. The 7 and 9 have been tied up a bit more now, so now we're looking at a bit of a grind out here. That 8 ball moved ahead of time, so I think he hit the 8 ball first, but I'm not sure, and I can't call it if the opponent doesn't call it. I'm going to look at it here on my phone. No, he hit the 6 ball first. Eyes are playing tricks on me on that one. Mason says, while I'm in the center of North America, we speak the same here. Mason says, I come playing this with some big bags. I'm at 443. Yeah, you would get some leverage against some players here. I've never been to rugby. I thought about going this time, but I didn't. It's a possibility. So one of the things that was not necessarily holding me back, but one of the reasons why I wasn't really trying to go to the States at all is because I didn't have my passport, but now I have my passport. So I can easily travel to the States now. So I might go out there. I might try to contact them too, see if I can maybe come there and stream some of it. Pretty good layout here on this table now. I was thinking we're gonna set up for the 8-9 combo next, but looks like he's gonna have to take on that 8 ball on its own now. Shot to the corner might be easier than the shot to the side. I don't mind the shot to the side though. He'll miss the shot to the side and turn the table over to Barry, who has a shot on the 8 ball. The 9 ball sitting over the pocket. 10 ball is okay. It's close enough to one of the side pockets. Just has to make the 8 ball here. He'll overcut it slightly, and he's gonna leave a combo. Makes a great combo, and he'll follow the 8 ball through. Just a 10 ball remaining for a 3-game lead. He'll make the 10, 3-0. Mark Aguan, how you doing? Says, good afternoon from the island of Guam. Guam in the house. Not Matt says, I refuse to be painted as a Manitoba asshole when there's 3 players saying miss every time I'm at the table. Calling me ignorant because I called you out on your bad etiquette is hilarious. No, and I agree with you, Matt. You know, I don't really defend anything. I try to be somewhat neutral and understanding, but I understand. So, like at first when you guys started talking smack, I thought it was just you and Barry. So I thought that was fine. And then I heard these guys getting involved, but I thought it was just for the moment, but they just kept going. And yeah, that wasn't right. That wasn't right. I understand where you're coming from, man. Rack number 4, Barry Bremner to break. Trailing by 3, just looking to get on the scoreboard. He'll scratch off the break though. 2 ball will go in, ball in hand for Terrence Young. A big mess at this table. Like I think it's okay to joke around and mess around with somebody a little bit if they're walking it, but you know if they stop, like you gotta stop, right? And if you keep going and they're asking you to stop, then you know that's being disrespectful. And if they're not going and you just keep going no matter what, then that's also disrespectful, right? Especially if you're not playing the game. But I get it, you know, pool players we're a special breed and we do weird things sometimes. He's made the 9 ball and he's hooked on the 3. Want to swerve around this or masse around it unless he can hit the edge of it. Oh, he's able to see enough to be able to make it, so he makes it. I thought he was in a situation there that he couldn't escape, but he was able to make it, no problem. This shot a little bit harder this time around, and he's going to try to make the 4, and it's going to hang up on the pocket. At position for the 5 as well. Barry Bremner with a chance. Richard M, how you doing? Says, where is this taking place? This is at the Hangar Billiards and Sports Lounge here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. We're in the middle of Canada. That's where we are right now. Usually it's all snow and igloos and penguins, but we're in the summer right now, so it ain't too bad. Just mosquitoes, that's all. Makes the shot on the 5. We'll have a shot on the 6. Tough to get onto the 7 unless he splits open that 8 and 10 to get into the 7. He'll miss the 6 ball. He's going to leave a shot on the 6 to the bottom left, or sorry, bottom right corner for Terrence Young. And he should be able to hold position there if that 7-8 goes as a combo. If it doesn't go, then he may not want to hold position there. I can see that the 10 does not go, so you'll have to call the 8 ball or play a safety. He's going to call the 8. Max McCarthy, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Randy Baggett, what's up, man? Noel Bolio, welcome to the stream. Interesting that he's going for a kick shot. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was thinking. 4-0. I have no idea what he was thinking because he called the 10 ball in the side pocket, but he had to shoot the 7 ball. And I'm wondering, like, why is he shooting away from it? Like, I know that you just won your last match and, you know, the odds were against you, but you don't be doing no trick shots when you win a match like that. So that's why I was shocked. But then it wasn't that he was doing a trick shot. He was calling the 10 ball. For a second there, his brain just shut down completely and it stopped playing 10 ball. He thought he was playing 8 ball. 4-0 for Terrence Young. Needs 4 more games to win the match. And I need to get my charger. Kathy Secrets, how you doing? Ray Witkowski, welcome to the stream. Not Masters, I forgot more about pool than all 3 of them combined. I don't agree with the way that they were being, though, man. And like, honestly, I thought you guys were all like just, you know, having a good time amongst friends, and it didn't matter, man. But I would have stopped that a long time ago had I known that it was a problem. Yeah, I can see that. He says he's getting tired, starting not to see the table. Bumps into the 9. That's going to set him up for the 4 to the side. Should be able to hold position for the 6 in the bottom right corner after that. Too much power, though, and he'll miss that 4 ball. He's going to get maybe a good bounce here on the leave. No, he's left him the shot on the 4. 6 ball goes to the corner past the 9 and between the 9 and 10. All he's got to do is just make the 4 ball here. But he'll miss it. He'll miss it, and he'll get lucky on the leave. He's going to call the 9 ball. A good effort. He'll miss the 4, and looks like he's going to get lucky on the leave. Tied him up completely on the 4 ball. This will be a tough hit. Not impossible, though. And it'll be in the way of the camera, so we won't be able to see it, but he missed the 4 ball. So it'll be a ball in hand for Terrence Young. He'll end up in an interesting spot here on the 7 ball. Trying the back cut to the corner. He'll make it. Come off the 3 rails. He might get perfect for that 8 ball. He'll come up just short. It had potential, but just not enough speed. Tries to cut it to the side pocket. Will come up short. He had great shape on the 9. He's sold the table here to Barry Bremner. He'll have a chance to get on the scoreboard now. Should be able to make this to the side and avoid a scratch. Shape on the 9. Oh, no, he's going to scratch. I was going to say shape on the 9 should be pretty natural once he makes it, but he scratched instead. Ball in hand for Terrence Young. Needs to win 8 games. He's got 4 under his belt. Looking for the 5th game here. Just 3 balls remaining for it. No complications anymore, especially when you get a ball in hand. Hit it a bit too heavy. He'll have to make a decision on the 10 ball. He's going to bank it in the top right corner. Oh, and he'll miss it. He'll leave the shot available here for Barry Brebner. All he's got to do is just make the 10 ball, nothing else. That removes a lot of the thinking and processes out of the way. The only thing that's not out of the way here is pressure if he feels any. He'll miss the 10 ball. He's going to leave the 10 ball too, it looks like. Oh, not necessarily an easy shot, but it ain't too difficult. And Barry says that's good. 5-0. Terrence Young looking for 3 more. I'm surprised. I mean, that tempo was makeable, but I would have just made the player shoot. I'm not one to give a table away to anybody. I mean, not because I'm trying to be a prick of anything, but it's just to me, it feels like I would rather have all the shots instead of somebody giving me the table. So that's the way I think. That's the way I think players should play. So usually I don't give a player a table, and they'll have to make it. However, if it's something that's over the pocket, like sitting as a duck, you're not gonna make them shoot that. They're not gonna miss it. Unless they're like a novice player that just feels a lot of intense pressure because they're playing against a stronger level player. In that case, I might, because that person might scratch. They might follow the cue ball through, or accidentally jump the cue ball over top, whatever. Right? There's scenarios that novice players may create in that situation. But normally, I would just make the player shoot. Dry break, and Terrence will have a crack at the one. He'll come up short. We'll miss everything though and get a good leave out of it. Call the 7 ball. He'll miss it. Good leave on the 1. Bang corner is the call from Terrence Young. Oh, and I'm using my data right now. I did that last week, the week before that too. It's unintentional, but still cost me data. He'll make the 2 ball. That's what he called. Gets a bad leave on the 1 ball though. He'll have to try to escape. What's up, Kelsey? How you doing, man? Turns the table over to Terrence Young, ball in hand. I don't think he's thinking safety. I think he's just trying to figure out how to finish the table. But he's moving the ball around, so maybe he is thinking safety. No, he wasn't. Now he's got no choice but to play a safety. Well, the table looks like it's messy, but it ain't that bad. I mean, if he can make the 3 and get it into the 4, he's okay here on this table. stuck against the rail makes the shot a lot more missable than if you weren't, but it's still a makeable shot. You'll bump it into the rail first and come up short on it. And you won't leave Barry a whole lot to shoot here on the 4-ball, so looking for a safety also. Oh, but he ended up making it. I didn't think you could make that shot. Easy 5 available here. It's got the good pace on it to get up for that 6-7 combo. Maybe a little bit too much pace on it. Can still make the combo. The only good thing about this extra pace is that if he makes the combo, he should have natural shape for the 6-ball after that. Yeah, I know. I know how it is. This guy, well, it's a race of 3 between you guys now. Yeah. It's tough, man. Like even Jeff beating you 9-1, I was surprised with that. I was expecting him to lose. Yeah. It's just too big of a spot. Yeah, so usually on a big spot like that, like a player, the only way to win, a good player for him to win is to be smart. That's right. And not go for big runouts, crazy shots, like anything like that. You just try to be more balanced at the table and when you get into trouble, you don't take chances, right? Yeah. 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 No, I hear you. Well, and that's how good players see it, right? People that are not, they usually find it like difficult and they get mad and frustrated over it. But good players, they just challenge themselves a little bit extra because of it. He was just waiting for Terrence Young to come back from a bathroom break. So they'll resume now. Calls a 7-ball. He'll make it. Making the 6 shouldn't be a problem. Getting position for the 8 is going to be a problem because it doesn't have a pocket set for the bottom right corner or a bank or a combo or something into the 10-ball. Try the 10-ball. They'll come up short, and Terrence will get another chance now. 3 balls remaining for him to get a 6-game lead in this P-side final, the last match of the night. Six nil. I'd like to take a second to thank everyone that tuned in tonight. Thank you for liking and sharing the stream if you guys did. If you guys didn't, you can always do it next time. If you want to like the stream now, you can always like the stream now if you're enjoying the coverage. I know I had a bit of a rough start earlier today, so I didn't do very good, but I've been trying to make up for it ever since. And I don't know, here we are. It's 12:20, and we're in the last match of the night. 6-0. 2 games remaining for Terrence Young if he wants to win. 3 for Barry. And I might take down this camera here because, like, I don't think we're really going to use it too much, and it'll help me kind of save some time on tearing down my equipment. But we have used it a couple times. So I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it on. Made the 1 ball off the break. Can't see the 2 ball. Not enough to make it. He can hit it anyway, but that's about it. He'll take the 10 ball for a ride. It's going to sit over the pocket. This opens up the opportunity for a 3-10 combo or a 4-10 combo. Or in Terrence Young's case, he's going to call a bank combo on the 10. He'll miss it, and he's going to maybe leave the 2-10 combo for Barry. Oh, he left it for him. A chance for Barry to get on the scoreboard now. Oh, no. How did that not go in? Oh, man. 7-0. Terrence Young is on the hill, going for the win in rack number 8. I don't know how that ball doesn't drop, man. Look for some action on this one. He'll make the 6, he'll make the 3, and, well, you can see the 1, but no shots available unless you back cut it to the top right corner. Can't really do much with that 10 ball right now either, so I have to make a choice here on the 1. I'll try to cut it to the corner, and it's going to stay up. Misses the shot on the 2 ball, but he's going to get a good leave out of it. Pretty difficult hit here. You're looking at maybe 1 rail, likely 2. He'll try the 1, he'll miss it. Makes the 7 ball. It's a ball in hand for Barry Bremner. 2 to the 4 shouldn't be a problem or a challenge. 4 to the 5 shouldn't be either. After that, you got to find a shot on that 8 ball. And then that's all the work for you. He'll miss the 2 ball, though. And he won't leave much on the 2 ball, but he's left the full 2 ball available as far as the contact goes. Tries the bank on the 2 ball, will hit the horn and come up short. Michael Ross, welcome to the stream. Chris Santos. Jonathan Pagatang, what's up, man? Four balls next. He's got the cut angle to the side pocket. He's going to have a longer shot on the 5 ball because of this, though. But if you just keep it down to the shot only, it should be okay. He'll miss the shot on the 4 ball and turn the table over to Terrence Young. All he's got to do is just finish this table for a win to win the match. He's got a pretty good 4 ball. He'll avoid running into the 5, which sets him up with a 5 to the side. Got an angle to get on top of the 8 ball from there. And he's going to get just above it. Challenging shot coming up here for him now. Making the 8 and getting set up for the 9. He'll do just that, though. And looking good for the finish. Just a 9 and 10 remaining. He's gonna miss the 9 and leave it over the pocket. Barry Brenner with 2 balls remaining to get on the scoreboard. It's a big bounce off the rail here. It's good. It's gonna do it. Give him a chance at the 10 ball anyway. He'll make the 10. He's on the board. 7-1 or 1-7, whichever way you want to look at it. Barry Brenner looking to win the next game to take it to the last rack. Terrence Young just looking for an opportunity now. 7-1. Last match of the night. Ball in hand, a chance to close out now. Not an easy table though, so he's gonna have to earn it if he's gonna close it out on this first turn. Just needs to get a shot on the 4 ball only, and looks like he's found it. This one here, he's got to pace up a little bit now because he's got to get good position on the 5 that gets it up for the 6. He's going to bump into the 10 ball. It's going to run into the path of the 5. Now he's going to have to do a kick shot on this 5 ball. This would be a pretty clever shot if he can make it. Carpenter cut coming up. Oh, and he almost made it. A great effort. Can Barry get on the hill? He'll miss the 5 ball. He would have had a really tough 6 ball from that angle. Anything can happen still. Anybody's game. It all comes down to this shot and getting position on the 6 ball for Terrence Young. And, well, he'll have a shot on the 6, but he's going away from the 7 ball. That means he's got to make the cue ball come off 3 rails, even 4. He'll run into the 10 ball, which stops the cue ball from going anywhere. And, well, he'll miss the 6 ball also. Shot available for Barry. Natural angle for the 7 on the 6. Cue ball should go towards that 8 ball if he makes it. He'll miss it, trying to play safety. Terrence Young will have a cut on the 6. He'll also have the option for a bank, which is what he's called. He'll miss the bank, though. Looking for some luck on the leave, and, well, he's left the shot on the 6 ball. Terrence Young with a chance to close out again. Inside spin will take him towards that 8 ball. That could be a problem. He'll just avoid the 8 ball, though. Perfect execution on the 6. Perfect bounce almost off the rail. Just a little bit of a back cut on the 7 ball, but this is something that works. I would just play this natural instead of drawing it. Gonna try a drawn down table and come back up. That's gonna leave him hooked. Not to come up with a good kick now. He'll miss it. Ball in hand for Barry. 3 balls remain to get on the hill. Can he push it to the last rack? Makes the 8. Got easy 9. Needs to get back for the 10 ball here. Perfect draw for the 10. Just got to stay down on the shot now. He'll miss the 10 ball. Oh, no. But look at this. He's rolled the cue ball right up to the 10 ball, taking away the shot on the 10 for Terrence. Just a safety option available here. And he'll do his best to play the safety. This is a tough position to be in. Barry's likely to give the table away here, so he's got to be careful how he chooses to shoot this 10 ball. Makes the wrong choice is an easy table for Terrence Young. Makes the right choice. He's on the hill. Oh, no. He's going to leave the shot straight to the corner for Terrence Young. Just a 10 ball remaining to win the match. He'll make the 10 ball. That's it for that one. 8-1, the final score. I got to update the challenge bracket here. Good try, Barry. If you make that 10 ball there, you take it. If you make that 10 ball, you win that match. Guaranteed. 8-1, the final score. And this bracket here will be a 0-0 for the last one because it's a split. And Jeff Faber will be the official winner because he was never defeated. That concludes that tournament for us here. And, well, time to shut her down. Bring it back some. And I hope you guys enjoy this stream. It's been a good time so far today. I know there was some challenging moments for sure. Wasn't a perfect day. We'll leave the Hangar logo on there. No, maybe we won't. I'll bring it down. If you guys haven't checked out my YouTube channel yet, you can find me under Rod Arriagada /CSL Manitoba. Looking for 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet and you thought about it, it would be a great time to do it right now. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll have a chance to be able to monetize from the work that I do. That doesn't mean that you guys will be giving me money, but you'll give me an opportunity to be able to make some money if you subscribe to my channel. So on that note, thank you to everybody that supported my work so far. And those of you that haven't, if you want to, I'd appreciate it. I'm a pool passionado. I love the game, and your support means the world to me. If you're looking for me to come out and cover an event for you, you can message me at cslmanitoba@gmail.com. That's how you get a hold of me. And when you call me, I'll do my best to give you the most professional work that I can. It's the way I've always worked, so I'm always going to keep doing it the same way. Don't forget to come check out the Hangar if you guys want to check it out in person. It's 121 Scurfield Blvd. That's where we're at here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. If you want to give them a call ahead of time to book your own spot for you and your crew, give them a call at 204-560-2929. And, well, if you're from out of town and you come here for the first time, message me, Rod Arriagada, and I'll come out and hang out with you, man. We'll shoot some racks and have a good time. Don't forget to check out some of the stuff that we have at Jam Up Apparel as well. We'll pop this up here, the men's sweaters and shirts. These are the Predator Shadow sweaters. Really nice ones. This is the Rush design. It's a beautiful design as well. These are the polo shirts for the golf season. The Tyler Steyer edition. The Predator golf shirt. The Fedor Gorst special edition shirt. Comes in long sleeve as well. Don't forget to check out the women's stuff too. If you're looking for some gear for the ladies, Allison Fisher line. We have April Larson. She has a line there. Savannah Easton has a line. The Pink Dagger, I believe, has their own line as well. They're just working on that. So there's a few different items you can check out for the latest on Jam Up Apparel. And if you're the kind of person that wears a hat like I do, they also have hats. Some Predator hats, some Jam Up hats, a little bit of everything. All these ones are my favorites, so, put them on the reel at the beginning. If you find anything from Jam Up that you're looking for and you want to ask some questions about it, or maybe, you already ordered something, you want to know where it's at, you can message me, Rod Arriagada, at rod@jamupapparel.com. Let me know how it is that I can help you, and I'll do my best to take care of it for you guys. Let's check out the last highlight. The nice combo on the 10. Nice and slow. We'll go to the pool wisdom. The more you sweat and practice, the less you'll bleed in battle. We'll get to those tables and become the champion within. Like I always say, your time is coming, but not till you get out there and you put the time on the table. It starts with you. It goes with your efforts that you put in every day. Don't just go out there and shoot some racks for fun. Go out there and work on specifics. Become the champion within, one step at a time, but make sure you take that step. And the first step is just going to the pool hall. I know it's tough in summer, but you know what? Find the will, find the way. Even if it's just once a week, that's all it takes. Maintain your game. When the season comes, work hard on it. Become the champion within, and when you do, I'll be there waiting for you. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. My name is Rod Arriagada. If you guys want to add me or follow me on Facebook, you can. If you want to message me to come out to your town, cover an event, you can message me at cslmanitoba@gmail.com. I'll put that up there for you guys. And this is your first time checking us out on Facebook, make sure you guys like and follow our Facebook page. If you want to check us out on YouTube, the CUESPORTS Live has a YouTube channel set up. I have my personal YouTube channel set up, which is under Rod Arriagada /CSL Manitoba. CUESPORTS Live's page is CUESPORTS Live. You can find them on YouTube. And if you subscribe to our channels, we appreciate it for sure. We appreciate you guys' support from the beginning. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking and sharing the stream. Thank you for taking the time to interact with me today. Sorry to YouTubers for the slow interaction at the beginning. I forgot about you guys for a second, and eventually I made up for it, though. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. I hope you guys had a great time. We'll see you guys again at the tables next time, which should be Sunday for the Sunday Open. Until then, have a good night, everyone. Cheers.